Hello and welcome to the Week 3 Sandhills recap. Today we're going to be watching some college football and Overwatch, some of our favorite games to watch. My name is Eli the Ninja, one of your regional directors here for Sandhills, and I'm joined with Party Foul, aka Chris. How are we doing today, Chris?
I'm doing really good, excited for Week 3. We're at the halfway point, and we've seen some great games so far.
So many great games, so many exciting games as well, and you guys just don't disappoint. Every time we watch college football, I feel like we're on the edge of our seat, so excited. So many interceptions, so many clutch plays. We've seen multiple 100-yard interception touchdowns. We've seen it all at this point, but I can't wait to get into more action. Tell me one thing that you have absolutely loved so far this season.
The turnout. Everyone is turning out, and the games we're getting are absolute blasts. We see a wide variety of level of play between them, but now as the weeks are going, we're starting to see a lot more closer games, and this is so exciting to watch.
Yeah, we're starting to see the leaderboard separate just a little bit. You know, different teams are showing that they are the top dogs in the region and want to make it to playoffs. Playoffs now just 3 weeks away. Like you said, we're at the halfway point, so we're getting closer. And I have to agree with you. I have been very happy with the turnout, especially in the Sandhills region. You guys are actually showing up more than anybody else, so keep that up. Don't mess up those numbers for us. Yeah, it looks like we have a promo here to highlight some of the coaches that we have here for you at VESL. These are the guys you want to learn from. Let's take a look.
Pro esports coaches to train you in 4 different game titles for free. We're bringing you exclusive world-class advice from the best players in the world. Learn from pro Overwatch player Jake, known for his versatility across multiple heroes and consistent top-tier performance. Or refine your Smash Bros. Knowledge with The Buzz, renowned for his consistent tournament success and high-profile victories. Cover strategy with 11-time Madden champion Dreeny, one of the youngest and most dominant competitors in the Madden esports scene. Need help locking down your aerials? Try Rising Star Chief Beef's course on competitive Rocket League. Whether you're a filthy casual or a seasoned tryhard, get 8 straight weeks of exclusive expert game knowledge crafted for you every Friday, with the first videos dropping October 11th. That's 32 total videos covering everything you need to know about your favorite games, from fundamentals to high-level strategy. You'll learn positioning and teamwork, defensive and offensive strategy, practice routines, game sense, communication, mental and emotional resilience, all the way down to analyzing meta and adapting to change. Everyone has something to learn and enjoy, and these courses are completely free. So what are you waiting for? Go to thenotwork.org/register to sign up and get access to these courses.
Wow, for free. These guys are teaching you everything you need to know about your favorite competitive games. And I will say we got something fun cooking up for you guys. They're going to be doing some VOD reviews and talking about your gameplay. We've sent them some of the best games that we had across each game. So be on the lookout for that. That should come out either next week or the week after, but that is in the works. So get excited for that. What I'm excited for, though, is this first match that we have queued up for you guys. So keep in mind, this one was a show match. So the normal competitor for Northside Onso did not show up. We were able to find a second opponent for that player. So if your opponent doesn't show up, you can still get practice. We're going to do our best to make sure you have someone to play against. That's what happened here. And this turned out to be a great game from what I'm hearing. So we're going to take a look at it. Let's go ahead and watch Hope County versus Northside Onslow in this show match. Okay. So easy to get excited in these opening sequences. I love that this plays every time. I mean, this is one of those things that you just can't be mad at. You know, you got to be excited when you get loaded into this match.
Especially seeing Ohio State, such a big school for football, so they have the great opening ceremony for the game. You see the band there, you see the players coming out of the tunnel, rushing onto the field. But this game, as you said, it is a show match, so both of these players did show up and they were able to play against each other, so they're able to get that practice. But we do see Hope County coming out as the opposition. You kind of hear those boos there as well, so they put a lot of work into this opening sequence.
Yeah, and love the mascot getting hyped up for Ohio State. So it's going to be Ohio State versus Alabama. Classic matchup in real life. This could just very well be a classic matchup between these two teams. But let's see how the game starts off. Looks like the kickoff is going to come from Alabama. And we're going to be starting the offensive drive with Ohio State, which is north side onso. Get the early catch, and he gets taken down pretty early. If you're catching that ball, you'd like to get a few more yards out of that one.
All right, and here we'd love to see it again. The player utilizing the mechanics of the game. They're going to go into that coaching section, move some players around so that they have the optimal lineup and format for how they want to play. Again, you want to make uses of these. If you don't know that too well, maybe take a look at some of the Draney videos. He may go over it on how to make those substitutions and those chains. If you haven't seen it yet, then reach out to us, and maybe that's something we can reach out to him.
Defender's going to shut that one down. Still a gain of 3 yards, though.
able to deny the loss of yards by that little fake around, that one defender coming out, able to pick up 3, but it's a lot better than losing a couple. They're going to opt for their second play here fairly quickly. So see if they can get that snap off with that stadium pulse just raging on. It looks like they're going to get a run. They're able to fake off 2 defenders and found the first down.
First down once again, so steady progress down the field all the way down to the 25-yard line. Can they get this one even closer to the end zone?
Had to be a little careful there. Shook off a couple of the defenders and able to pick up 2nd and inches. Looked like it may have been a sack there, but saved by the Hope County player. Will they be able to get this first down here? They only have to find a couple. Looks like they're going to drop back, look for the pass right into the middle, and it will be a touchdown since he did step on the line as he caught the ball.
That was so close. Had the ball in hand. And they're going to go for the point as well, so neither team taking the risk of that 2-point conversion just yet. We'll have to see if that continues to be the trend or if further into the game they take a little bit riskier approach. Kickoff going back to the other side, north side on, so going to run it this time. And looks like a good decision as they were able to get at least a couple more yards compared to the touchback.
Much more successful run on this kickoff than the first time, able to pick up a couple yardage just shy of that 20-yard line. Here we see them checking out the play, checking out the routes as well as the running for them. They're going to drop back, quick throw. We saw success with that in the last couple of games, but this one is only going to pick up 1 yard.
Just 1 yard. Great defense there. See, an interesting play being called here. A couple short pass opportunities, a couple long ones as well. What's the play going to be? Short pass it is, and not to any of the players that we expected, as he will get taken down at the first down line, and that's a good play there.
Great job with that. Again, we're seeing some better jukes coming out from Northside on this one, able to pick up that first down, so getting those yardage and just moving up the field. Will they be able to find? They're going to run a little bit into their own AI there, so unfortunately the teammate blocking from allowing that running back to get a few extra yards. But 2nd and 11, we saw what they can do on the 4th down though from the last throws. They can make those big throws, so I'm not going to think they're too worried just yet.
Looks like they fake the handoff. Will throw and get some yardage, but defender will force that player out of bounds. Now 3rd and 3. This player seems to favor the runs more than the throws, so I'm sure the defense taking note of this. Will they start to throw off their opponent and start going for a few more throw plays? Here it is. There's the long throw. Can he have the same success as before? But does that actually go through?
Yep, it went through.
Does.
It is.
Wow.
They did get the first down, and great job by them. Again, tiptoeing that line to get that completion there. They're going to run out. We do see the short pass once again right down the middle and going to find a gain of 6 yards.
Both players very quickly choosing their offensive plays and just jumping right into it, not giving their opponent much room to think about what's coming next. Surprise is the name of the game. Let's see what the play is here. Will they hand it off again? They do, and will very easily just run straight through the middle of everything somehow. Finally gets taken down, but only a few yards for this touchdown.
Opting for the quick play. We see the audibles coming out so they can try to throw out the defense a little bit. Both teams have shown really good offensive play so far. We'll have to see if he's able to get the touchdown here. Gonna drop back for the pass, running back a bit, running away from those defenders coming in. There's the throw, and it is going to be incomplete.
That was a dangerous game he was starting to play there. Could have been sacked, could have thrown an interception. Ultimately, ball is just out of bounds, so not going to pay for the risky play this time. 2nd and goal.
Dropping back once again, finding the receiver, but can't find the way through the defense there. So it is going to be 3rd and goal, but still in a really good spot. You know, they've shown that they can be calm and collected in these 3rd and 4th downs and find success with those touchdowns. So we'll have to see if they can find it here.
Went deep into the playbook to pull this one out. I don't think this play has been used by this player yet. Yes, it will be a quick handoff, and they will be shut down, though. Only a few yards away. This is a nerve-wracking moment. It's been difficult for them to close this out. Will they go for it here? Do they trust in themselves to go for the play? It looks like they do. No field goal is going to be gone for.
Dropping back, finding the throw. Oh! Interception.
He's going to pay for it. And is there any defender that can stop? I don't think anyone's coming. Okay, someone is coming from the left side. Looks like a couple defenders trying to take him down, and finally is taken down. But that is a massive momentum swing for Hope County.
A little impatient there, I think, on trying to make that throw, just kind of forcing it, and good defensive read by Hope County, setting up their playbook in the right spot to make sure that they can get in that spot for the interception. Ran it a great deal, and now here in great field position, gonna get right around that defender. Can they find the first down? They can. Battling a little bit there for some extra yardage, and once again within just about 15 yards of that end zone.
It's got to feel bad on the side of Northside Onso. They worked so well from one end of the field to the other. Couldn't close it out. Instead, Hope County might just strike so rapidly and get into the lead here. It looks like another run play and another juke opportunity. This time the defense a little bit more ready for it, though. I'm going to shut that one down.
A gain of only one, but they are on second down. They can still find that first down before getting in to that and goal section, so we'll have to see if they can pick up that first down first. Do you see the same pulse only about mid? That interception may have taken it down just a bit, so a little bit easier to get these plays off for Hope. Gonna opt to run it with the quarterback. Jukes 2, Jukes 3, and gets into the end zone.
What are those defenders doing? They just stood there in the end zone and watched him run it in. You've got to do something. AI falling asleep at the wheel. I guess it turns out artificial intelligence needs to sleep after all, but wow, Hope County just going to walk that one in unexpectedly, and they're going to go for the free point. And in a situation where Onslow had every opportunity to be the team to take the lead, Hope County just steals it right from underneath.
All right, we do see the run once again, and they love this play, and they are getting better and better at it each time. Huge hit there. Doesn't look like any injury coming out of it, though, so good job by them. They're going to set up. We've seen a lot of success from them, you know, in the first and second downs, but the third and fourth, they've kind of struggled a little bit outside of that first touchdown. So we'll have to see how they play this one out. A little bit of a late throw, but it is going to be complete and allow them to pick up that first down.
Just narrowly crossing that line. You see that player leap forward to get over that line at the last second. You love to see that. Onsaw's been in this position before, though, successfully navigating downfield, but they need to close it out on this offensive drive. Just 40 seconds left in this quarter. Not that it's necessary they close it out before the quarter concludes, but when Hope County has the 7-point lead, you got to think if they're unable to convert a touchdown on this drive, they're going to fall a bit too far behind.
Right, we see them taking a little bit more time, which I like. They are going to offer the run play, finding a good route here. Can they get by this defender? They're going to get taken down, but a good gain of 4 on the first run. You know, they have shown the slow and steady does get them up the field, and we just need to find that final execution for them.
Okay, looks like the play was chosen quite rapidly. The handoff. Two defenders, though, run in for the blitz. That's going to be a massive loss of yards. 9 goes back, and we do in the first quarter. So when we come back on the second quarter, it's 3rd and 15. That's not where you want to be.
We did see that play before. This time Hope County not going to get fooled by it and is going to punish Northside for those lateral tosses before they got the throw out. So they are going to lose some yardage here. They're taking a little bit more time, which I like, on trying to find the correct play because they do need to get up the field.
Looks like a handful of receivers going long. Defender does get through. Can he shut him down? And it's going to be an incomplete pass. So another very excellent defensive play on the side of Northside Onslow. Sorry, on the side of Hope County. Northside Onslow really needs something to happen here. Do you go for the kick here? I mean, 15 yards is far, but they're going for it. It does not look like they're opting to turn this ball over.
Well, they did find success on that 4th and down play in the first drive of the game. So it looks like they're going to find some.
Another interception after the risky play, and this is what happens when you don't kick the ball downfield. You take the risk. You're either going to get the reward or be punished for it. They were rewarded in the prior play. Like you said, they got away with it the first time, but not this time. Hope County with the interception and immediate run into the end zone. Northside Onslow falling pretty far behind early.
34-yard pick 6 from Hope County. They are enjoying themselves right now. 21-7. Of course, again, going for that, only extra point from the kick, no 2-point conversion there. So, of course, when you're in the lead, you don't really need to make that risky play. They're playing it safe here. Really good defensive plays coming out as well. We finally see the touchback. So they're saying this time we're not going to run. We're going to get into that good field position from the start and just try to work our way up.
Yeah, the prior plays where they tried to run it, they ended up shorter than the 25-yard line. So it makes sense that they opt for it this time around. Immediately going for the long pass, said they want to turn the tides of the situation. That could have been another touchdown, but it's going to be, that could have been another interception, but that one is going to be an incomplete pass. That was risky.
Again, I like the slow, the couple of runs coming out. We do see the shorter pass, which I really like. Great juke there to get a couple extra yards. And I really think this has been working for them. Find those short throws or a couple of those runs at the beginning. Kind of work your way up the field. Don't really need to force anything right now. We're in the second quarter. We still have another half to play after this. And they did show that they have some good offensive plays that they can pull out. So just kind of work your way towards it. Don't try to force anything at this point.
At the same time, though, with how effective Hoke County has been on offense, it almost feels like you do maybe have to start forcing it now, because even if you get this touchdown, if Hoke County makes it to the end zone in their next drive, you're still behind, right? So I don't know. It's the lot. You're right. Logically, there's plenty of time, but at the same time, you can kind of understand the emotional state of this player that was starting to be another tense moment, but a good throw out there.
Good job realizing you have to get the ball out of your hand, throw it into the stands, and just take that second down. But, set up again. Don't want to lose yards, because then it makes it a little bit more risky having to go for those longer throw plays that have, turned into really good defensive opportunities for Hoke. We do see the short play once again. Good job faking out there. Going to pick up the first down. The juke's coming out, and that is what I like to see.
That was beautiful. He faked as if he was going for the long play like he had in the past, but instead went short, threw off his opponent, found that pocket, window of opportunity, and a couple nice jukes along the way will earn plenty of yardage. Now 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Going for another long pass, and it's a risky one with 3 or 4 defenders in position to stop that. That's a confident play to go for. Lucky that it didn't go the wrong way there.
Yeah, we saw the shifting of the receivers to the right side. I kind of would have liked to see the right side kind of finish the routes and then the throw being taken out. But here we are on 2nd and 10, going up the middle once again, just dodging the ref's head. But a great throw is going to allow them to pick up that first down there.
I do wonder, does the ref get in the way in this game? I haven't seen that yet, but can the ball bounce off of the ref? I've seen it happen in NFL games before, hopefully not here, but another kind of risky play. It's going to work somehow, and that's a touchdown. Are you kidding me? That's not how we expected it to happen, but a great way for them to get back on the board.
And it sounds like they were listening to you. They kind of took a little bit more of that risky play, and it paid off. They are able to get the extra point and turn it into a one-touchdown game.
One-touchdown game, but without the ball in hand, still feels like there is a massive uphill slope to climb here. If Hoke County can score and get back into that 2-touchdown advantage, things start to slip away for Northside Onslow. Still plenty of time, though. Like you said, 5 minutes left, second quarter. Kickoff coming up here.
All right, kickoff going. Really good positioning on the kickoffs from both of these players, so we are going to see the touchback as it didn't land, and probably would have bounced into the end zone anyway to allow it, but both of them putting it into a good spot so that if it was caught, they would have a lot of yards that they would have to make up there. We do, once again, as you said, though, since they are behind, that stadium pulse is, down, and a really good first run coming out of Hoke again to kind of set the pace for this drive here. Looks like we finally see from that stop it going up once again. They're going to set back. Will they decide to run? They do have a couple of options on the receivers, though, but it looks like great job from Northside Onslow.
What an answer back. Hoke County's offensive style seems very aggressive immediately going into these plays, but that's the kind of answer back that you need if you're Northside Onslow. Don't make it easy for them. They've had too easy of a time scoring these touchdowns, and it's another interception, this time on the other side. Northside Onslow might have just given themselves an opportunity to tie this up. Huge play.
This is crazy. Both teams are now showing just great shows on both offense and defense, and this is what I've been looking through the weeks, and this is what we're getting in week 3 here. Just great offensive and defensive plays out of both ends. Not going to pick up too much there, but second and goal, exactly the place they want to be in at the moment.
What a massive turnover for Onslow. Have a chance to tie this one up and completely turn the tide. They will throw it short and earn some yardage, but third and goal. And this is where it gets nerve-wracking. You feel like if you don't capitalize on this opportunity, it will fall and slip away, and this lead would get out of hand. He needs to score now. This is such a big moment. Throws it short and into the end zone, and they will tie it up. Or do they opt for the 2-point lead to take, or the 2-point conversion to take the lead? It's a risky play right now. I think the play is probably just tie it up.
I would agree with you. You know, they finally got to the point of where, as you said, they can tie it up. You know, be safe at the moment. You know, you don't need to risk anything and stay behind and continue to have to, you know, build your way up. At this point, they just had a great interception, a good defensive run into a great offensive opportunity to get this touchdown to tie it up. I think they kind of just play it safe from here. You know, lower the risky plays, go for those like smaller ones that were helping them out. But Hope County's turn on offense here. This time they are going to run it up. They get to about the 20-yard line, so about equal to what they would usually find there from a run. It's their first time running as well, so they showed a good job on that. But now we have to see how Hope County decides to answer.
Wow. So impressed by both of these teams. Northside Onslow looked like they could have had this game slip away from them, but have tied it up. After an unlikely sequence of events, we see a short run and looks like a hard hit. Don't know if there was an injury. Yeah, wear and tear is showing up on the screen there. Risk of injury very high for Jay Haynes. Will they elect to take that player out? I think that's probably the play here.
Setting up for what looks like to be possibly another run here, but they are checking. We do see it run a little bit up the middle, only going to get about 2 yards on that play, so 3rd and 6. Good job by Northside Onslow to keep the defensive pressure coming up.
3rd and 6. A run and a massive tackle. That's going to be a huge loss of yards, and now a 4th down forced out. What does Hope County do now? I felt like they had control of this game, and it somehow slipped away. And yes, this is the risks that these players have continued to go for. They are not interested to kick that ball downfield. They want to give themselves an opportunity, and it's going to be a massive situation, a fumble at the 6-yard line, and that's the type of punishment you get when you don't kick it downfield.
Both of these teams feeling the wrath of that 4th down, and both of them getting a forced, you know, fumble, one on the fumble, one on the interception, and basically really good yardage for the opposing team after. This time it's Northside Onslow who has forced that defensive error and then picks up. They're going to drop back, really dropping back for this throw. They'll see.
Wow, okay.
Yep, so they will just throw it away at the end, so they had no options in the end zone. That would have been safe receptions, so good job by them noticing that and not forcing a throw to one of those receivers.
Just noticing the play did not quite develop in any meaningful way for them. Let's say, okay, let's throw this one away. Let's move on to the next play. Still have plenty of opportunities to find the end zone here. And Northside Onslow, just like that, could have completely flipped this game around with the diving catch touchdown. Massive plays, and Onslow has taken the lead, Chris.
This is our 3rd lead shift of the game. I think this is the most lead shifts that we've seen so far. Usually we see a team just take it and run with it. There have been some close games, but not really where the lead has changed so many times. They are going for the 2-point conversion this time, and it will be good. And this is what I like to see. This is now they are forcing Hope, who has had some difficulties on their last couple offensive drives, to say, okay, well, now if you get a touchdown, in order for you to tie it up, you do have to get the 2-point.
And the onside kick. This is also risky. It's going to be immediately grabbed, so huge yardage bonus here on the side of Hope County. I don't know if that's what you go for. If you just got the 2-point conversion, like you said, you're forcing them into a difficult position. Why not kick it downfield and make them work for their next touchdown?
We've been very vocal on the onside kicks on some of our other games because we haven't seen too much success out of them. And then, as you said, leading right into these good field positions for the opposing team. The catch is going to be good. They're going to try to force themselves into a couple yardage. They will find 3, but again, as you said, they're past this 50-yard line already because of that onside kick, and all they need is one touchdown to get them within 1 point game, or if they get that 2-point conversion, tied up again.
I will say, I think it's a bit of a greedy decision on the side of Northside On. So you already have that 8-point lead. Why not just run with it? But this is a show match. Maybe they're trying to show a little bit, show off. This match, both these teams, I think, were already awarded wins, and they wanted to just get some good practice in. There is something to be said for practicing those onside kicks. Maybe if it doesn't work this time, they can study it and figure out how it can be more successful in their future matches. But right now, while I've been yapping, there's been a lot of great plays happening on screen. It looks like Hope County in position to potentially earn another touchdown.
They found that first down with a great throw, and then now even getting another, couple runs and throws to get up to that. Looks like they are going to opt for a 2-minute, so the 2-minute timeout is going to come out, so it's going to blow the play dead and then restart them at the same position here as we are getting down. We'll have to see what they decide to do now. Looks like no change. They're going to run with that quarterback once again and find about 1 yard there, so it's not too bad. Again, though, with this 2 minutes, we'll have to see how they decide to play. It looks like they are going to go for another play to see if they can find that first down and then get them within scoring position.
All right. This would be a massive stop if they could do it, but nice choice there. Does the player get over? Yes, they did get the first down, just barely. But that was a close one. Now, all of a sudden, Hope County's got to feel good about their chances to score here. 1.5 minutes left in the half. Would like to burn some clock time off before catching it, but it's another interception. Are you kidding me? Is that 4? And where are the defenders? There's no one in position. Finally, this player comes out of nowhere. I mean, we just passed Halloween, that player looking like someone out of a horror movie, just flying on screen and takes that player out. But that was insane. That's the 4th touchdown we've seen this game, Chris.
I can't believe it. And we're going for another big throw, and he catches it. He's going to run it in.
Onslow has taken over this game out of nowhere. They were down by 14 points not too long ago. And do that little dance, my guy. He is feeling it, and you should. He's now all of a sudden up by 14. Does he go for 2 more here? It looks like he is.
Yep, and so we are going to see the 2-point conversion. And again, it worked last time, so go ahead and try it this time again. A little bit less risky than others. We are going to see the flag out.
Okay. Do you think that's a little greedy again?
I don't know if greedy. I like the play. They're up already. They have had 2 stops against Hoke here in a row, so they have forced them to, kind of play a little more aggressive that we saw, which led to those, the interception and the fumble there. Maybe they could have went for the 1 just to be a little bit safe, but as you said, it is a show match. Practice those 2-point conversions at this point, see if you can get it in and, get that lead out. But we'll have to see what Hope does here. They still have a minute left on the play clock, and they can definitely get a touchdown within this time.
You're right. The practice for those 2-point conversions, maybe the game plan here, if this player needs to push a button and somehow does not go down after not pushing a button and just waltzes his way across the first down. Wow.
That could have been a massive sack, but the AI throws off the defender. They're able to run and slide for a first down. Could this be a swing? But nope, there it is. They finally got the sack that they were looking for last time. A loss of 5 on that play for Hoke, and we'll have to see what they do. 45 seconds left on the game clock here. Still plenty of time, but they have to kind of make their moves now.
Sometimes you got to just push a button. It feels like this quarterback has just been standing still multiple times and now sees a wide open field in front of him and just walks right through the open door. Timeout called as well. Make sure they don't burn too much time off the clock. 30 seconds remaining. You're going to have to go for some long plays, I think, if they're going to score before this clock runs out.
We see them setting up here. They're dropping back. There's the throw. There's that long play that you're talking about. Shoots the defender and is going to pick up that touchdown.
And a nice swan dive into the end zone. These players are pulling off. There's no regard for the opponent's feelings at this point. They're just going for it all. And I respect that. And I started to say earlier about asking you if they were greedy, because now You got to think if Onslow had just got the extra point, they would be up by 15. There's a huge difference between being up by 15 and being up by 14 because now Hope County is just one touchdown and one extra point away from tying this up, whereas you could have forced them into that position, like you said, where they have to go for the 2-point conversion. So I think Northside Onslow maybe kicking themselves for not just getting that extra point in the prior touchdown. Can Hope County take advantage of it? Just 23 seconds left in this quarter. And under normal circumstances, we would say that might not be enough to score, but this game has shown us that anything is possible. But this player will get shut down around the 7-yard line.
Opting to run it again, and I respect it, but a lot more success on those touchbacks. They are at better field position now. You know, they're a little bit under the 10, about at the 9-yard line right there. So a lot of ground they have to work up. But again, 19 seconds left on the game clock. You have to think maybe, are they going to, they are going to go.
Okay, that was very risky. After how many interceptions and fumbles that we've seen a total of 5 unforced turnovers. And you can imagine that happens at the 5-yard line. That's going in the end zone. So I don't know if I agree with that one. You need to get it out of this pocket because this is a dangerous place. And Hope County could just take advantage of the situation and tie it up if they're not careful here.
We're going to see another long pass coming out. We're waiting for the game to catch up here with us.
Oh.
And it looks like it's going to be an interception.
Are you kidding me? Now, keep in mind, I know it's a little bit choppy on the footage here, but the players are probably not experiencing this. I think it's from the observer side, but another turnover. And with 7 seconds, if this goes long into the end zone, can you imagine? No, are you six interceptions now? This game is completely insane. 1 second on the clock, so the next play would have to go into the end zone for this one to get home, but are they going to go for it? I feel like they're going to, right? They have to at this point.
I would go for it. I'm not sure how well they are at getting, you know, those kicks off. Oh, no, so it looks like they are actually going to go for the 3 points here, but look how crazy that is. But actually, good position. They might be able to get it. No. It looks like it will be wide, though, so they are unable to convert the 3 points. And going into halftime, it will be 28 for Alabama and Hope County to 35 with Ohio State and Northside. And what a first half that was.
That was unreal. I mean, we don't often see 6 interceptions in 2 whole games. We just saw 6 interceptions in 1 half and another onside kick. These players are getting greedy once again. And, there's no contest. He just immediately picks it up, and he's on the 50-yard line just like that. 45 even.
Must have heard you and taken your advice. Maybe they're just trying to practice those onside kicks for the actual regulation matches that will, you know, account for their win and loss there in case they get into that situation. But looked like they weren't able to really find a receiver from Hope there, so they're going to pick up a loss of 3. And player slow getting up there, but looks like it should be fine. We'll have to see what they do. That stadium pulse is roaring at the moment. They are going to opt for a run going straight up the middle, and kind of a safe play just to pick up a couple yards.
Finally, a normal-looking play. I feel like these guys have been going at it with the curveballs left and right, but some a little bit normal football being witnessed here. 3rd and 6. And another run, but it's not the time to do so. Can't quite make it through the Stonewall defense on the side of Northside Onslow. Now 4th and 8, and they're going for it.
Again, they are down, and with that accelerated play clock that, you know, gets the game clock down. Oh, they are going to find the catch, though. So great job by them. But, you know, being down at this point in the 3rd quarter, they do kind of have to go for it if they want to pick up and kind of close the gap that is in front of them right now. Quick plays coming out. They're sitting back looking to find someone. They're going to find another receiver and put them within scoring distance here, about on the 4-yard line.
Total of about 40 yards in just 2 plays. Now just 3 to go for the touchdown. Feels like nothing they do is wrong. And are you kidding me, Chris? We're about to see another tie this late in the game. This has been an insane match so far. Yes, they will go for just the extra point. Not going to take the risk of that 2-point conversion. And we couldn't ask for a better match.
I am speechless right now. Both of these teams are just going back and forth, whether they're good defensive plays, good offensive plays. We'll have to see. So finally, we are seeing the normal kick. Hope County opting to say, well, I've seen how it's gone for Northside on those onside kicks, so I just tied it up. Let me just get the ball down the field here and actually make them work for this next offensive drive that they have going on here, and I respect it. I like it.
All tied up, and it's like the game just started. I mean, these guys, it's just who can score more from this point out should be the victors. We see the touchback here. Like you said earlier, they're neither side really getting any value out of the runs, just finding themselves further down. We see a flag thrown out. Penalty for delay of game because he did not choose the play or start the play in time. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now 1st and 15, though.
Again, those accelerator play clocks, you do have to watch them. They can sneak up on you. But we're going to see the drop back. Another big throw. Can he get it? Oh.
I think he just barely didn't choose the right angle to run there. It was cutting a little bit too horizontally. Needed to get some more yardage downfield. So that one's going to go down. But that was just first down. They've got an opportunity. Does it look like it was almost a faked run and a turnaround catch? What a slick move. And he could just make it. No, he finally gets taken down, but that's a huge throw.
That looked a little risky there, but able to find that, kind of just a bullet pass right to the receiver, run down, jukes one, and then finally gets taken down. But
flag is thrown. Let's see. Looks like it will be on the offense. 1st and 15 again. They got to be careful with these penalties.
Yeah, you do have to watch out. This game will pick up on all those little penalties. Illegal man downfield, so you have to be careful with that on those audibles there.
It looks like there's no one in position to stop this man. He's just going to take the open door and walk it right in. Where are the defenders to stop? He sent all of his defenders to the right side of the field, and the quarterback said, okay, I'll walk myself in. And wow, also just so opportunistic. When they see these moments, they are not afraid to take them.
Good job by them. Despite a couple of setbacks from those penalties, are going to be able to pick up the touchdown there. 41-35. Will they go for the two? Nope. So they will play it safe this time. They will go for that extra point, as they know if Hope County does score, they could take the lead if it was a failed 2-point conversion. So it will be 42-35. But again, a 1-touchdown game.
Ball goes right back into the hands of Hope County. They'll have the opportunity to answer back. If you're Northside Onslow, you've got to step up the defense, maybe have another interception, as we've seen so many throughout this game. But I want to see Hope County take their time on this. Looks like it will be a normal kick, no onside kick this time, and that's smart from Northside Onslow. Don't give your opponent an easy route to the end zone when you have this lead.
All right, they are opting to run it, and it looks like they will get about to where they would if they took that touchback instead. So no real gain or loss on that run there. So they're going to go ahead and start it up here. We'll have to see if they can answer back. They did a really good job last time, really quick touchdown. But again, they're going to juke their way to a first down, and they've been really successful on these runs so far.
One of those defenders just flew like an airplane across the screen and unfortunately missed the quarterback. And look at this, he's just very quickly running it once again. I mean, these runs are far too successful. If you're the side of Northside Onslow, you've got to adapt to this strategy. Problem is, I feel like if you send more players to the center, then Hoke recognizes that and then goes for the long play. As we see, once again, quarterback finally just barely makes it over the first down line, but that could have been a risky situation.
Smart play though. The receivers were, but the amount of interceptions we've seen, the receivers being covered like that, good job to just run it and pick up that first down instead. This time they will throw it, and it just come a little bit out, or come right out of the hands of the receiver there, so not gonna be able to pick up any yardage. 2nd and 10. It looks like they are setting up here for a possible run once again down the center, but so they'll go right for it again, pick up about 3 yards. And 3rd and 7. This is where Onslow might be feeling good about getting the stop.
This is where it gets a little bit dicey. 3rd and 7, certainly not a guarantee. We've seen Hope County get very creative in moments like this, and that's the type of creativity I'm talking about. Player somehow gets pushed forward by the defense. Now only 1 yard to go, but it's 4th down. This is all or nothing to turn the ball over now. Feels like Onso could just run away with it. Got to get this one across that 1st down.
Here he goes. He drops back, finds the open receiver right down the middle, shakes off one, and is going to pick up the 1st down. And as you said, it was kind of a do or die there on that 4th down, and they went for it, and they went ahead and picked it up. So they are able to try and continue this drive to see if they can tie up the game once again. So
important for them to score here. The quarterback not moving, but then sees the opening, and this defender is they're doing a little dance with each other. Finally gets taken down, but that was a fun little moment to watch there.
Great job once again using that quarterback to shrug off the incoming defender and pick up a 1st down. They're going to drop back a little bit. Can they find someone? They have to move a little bit. Teammates are in the way. Okay. Thought the ball was coming out there for a second, but the quarterback was able to hold on to it. They're going to opt for a quick play, so it's going to be, once again, those players getting back as quick as possible. Time is dwindling down here in the 3rd quarter with only about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
This QB is really making his offensive lineman work. I mean, he's just chilling. What are you doing, man? He does see an opening. That could have been an interception. That player was blending in with the end zone. Oh, my God. That was such an intense moment.
Really risky play. Luckily, it did not falter, and they're just going to set back.
No. You got to push a button, my guy. You can't just stand there. Do something.
Well, he did shake off the 1st defender, but luckily the 2nd one for Northside Onso was able to pick up the play there. 4th and 15, again, has to go for it because there's not much time left in this game for them. Dropping back, can he find the play that he needs? He's going to take the throw right down, and it is going to be an interception.
7th interception of the game, and he's bound to get all the way down. Jukes to get a few more yards, and that might have just done it, Chris. I don't know if Hope County, I mean, there's plenty of time left, and this game has already been insane, so I can't get too hard ahead of myself. But you had to feel like it was important for Hope County to earn that touchdown to tie things up at least. Instead, it's Northside Onslow with an opportunity to extend their lead with that interception.
All right, what will he do? We do see the run option there on the R1 player, but then he's going to check the rest of them. Going to fake that run, getting a lot of, okay.
What a catch.
Great job. Just almost about the apex of that there. Able to pick it up there. Great job. Well, we do see the run options there, but as well as the routes from those wide receivers. But it looks like they're going once again fake that, go down the field. Has to be careful here as there's multiple defenders, and then another interception being picked up by Hope County.
I have never seen this many turnovers in one game. That is the 8th interception. I can't count any higher, Chris. I didn't pass 3rd grade math. I can't count higher than the number of interceptions. You guys got to slow it down. You're going to confuse me.
Well, luckily you have 2 more fingers to use there. Once we pass that, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But 2nd and 1 off of that play. He's going to pick up the 1st down, finding again success in those runs. But this game has just been so back and forth in terms of who is getting that interception, who's getting that turnover. But again, they've been scoring, though.
Hope County refuses to go away quietly. They want to tie this one up. Very horizontal pass, not very forward. They're going to actually lose 2 yards in that. So need to get down the field. Only 33 seconds in this quarter. It's not going to matter, though. Will not force any kind of punt. But here we go. This has just been the MO. Stand still and look around and wait. And there is a player wide open, number 45. He gets around the 1st, gets around the 2nd, somehow stands up to the 3rd. Finally, the 4th defender pushes him down. But that is exactly what Hope County needed in this moment. They have a chance to tie this up now on the 20-yard line. What's the play?
We see them taking a look again. We can't see the offensive look, but it looks like he's going for another throw here. Can he find someone? He jukes past them. He's going to go right up the field, get a couple more yardage. He's spamming the X button to try to force a little bit more into third quarter, but in great scoring position going right into the fourth. Again, he only needs one touchdown to even up the game or possibly go for that 2-point conversion to take a 1-point lead.
Okay, it felt like do or die before, and then there was an interception, and then another interception. This feels like do or die again, though. You've got to get this one home. What's the play? He just passes it off and sees the open lane, and just like that, we are back to another potential tie up. But what's the play here? Does he go for the extra point and guarantee the tie, or does he want to put a little bit of extra pressure onto Onso and go for the 2-point conversion? It's risky. I think you just take it. He does opt to take it. This is trending towards overtime, Chris. This could not be a more intense match.
I don't know what to say. Every time we go into a drive, it's a potential turnover because both teams are just playing so well. They're forcing the opponent to make these plays that, you usually wouldn't see if someone has a higher skill advantage than another, but they're picking really good defensive plays against each other to force out turnovers, but then making plays on offense for both of them. We do see the run coming out of them once again, and as I've said before, I like the touchbacks. Just take that touchback, get into the better field position. But right now, starting on about the 5-yard line, Hope County is probably really liking this.
This is tough. They have shown their ability to move downfield, but the longer you have to go, the more risk you're taking. And this player goes backwards to juke the first defender. It's going to somehow get around and earn 6. Could have been a equal situation here. Now the next play, you see a couple receivers going long. I expect him to go for a short pass here. That's typically been the MO when he uses this. Looks like the juke. No, it will be a long pass, so he threw me off, but it's another interception. I can't count this high. I don't know how many we've got. He's going to juke on the first one. Ends on the 15-yard line. Hope County will not give up.
That one it looked so telegraphed there at the moment. We saw it coming out. That play's been used many times, and maybe Hope County just finally was able to be like, okay, I know what you're doing. I'm going to set up for it. Able to get the pick, and then once again in great scoring position. You guys, you have to have some sympathy for Eli here. He's already at 9. He's trying to count as high as he can.
I've never heard that number before. What are you talking about? It's more than 8. That's all I know. It's as high as I can count. But here we go. Looks like he will go for the run. It's not going to be successful, though. Loses a few more yards. 3rd and 14. You just made such a clutch play with the interception, and it's starting to slip away from you. You feel like you have to make this happen right here. At least give yourself another first down in this moment is so important.
Dropping back, a lot of pressure, gonna get hit. 4th and 14. The ball came out, so it will not go back any further. And wow, so they're actually gonna go
immediate.
So they're going for the field goal here.
It was an immediate decision as well,
but pulled out a timeout. Will they decide to swap out the play though? It actually looks like they will. So they're saying, nope, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna take this chance.
With how fast they chose that field goal, it felt like a misinput. So maybe that's why we see the ball go in, and it will not be completed. Now, 1st and 10, ball goes back into the hands of Onslow. The only plus to this is Hope County did leave the ball pretty far downfield, but that's still got to hurt.
We do see the run. Smart after that turnover in their last offensive drive. Get it up. Found good success on that run. Again, it's tied, so you don't really have to make the big plays just yet.
It looks like he's going for it anyways, though, Chris. He doesn't care. Okay, no, it will be the short throw. Faked as if he might go for the long throw. Had 4 receivers going long, but maybe just giving him a little bit of extra cardio into the next play. Making him run down the field for no reason, but okay, what's the play here? Do you think it's a handoff? Looks like it is faked. Handoff is faked. A couple receivers long. QB might see an opening to run here, but has to run out of bounds. I like that he doesn't take the hit as well because you don't want your QB to take too much injury here late in the game.
Good job not throwing it when it was unneeded. Only 1 yard, but still not a turnover. But now we're going to see the possible throw again. It goes right into the center. A flag, so we'll have to see who it's on here. Off-pass interference, so they will have to look at what they want to do here on the 4th down. This is a little bit spooky for them. They have to get this play off because if not, Hoke will be in a really good position for their next offensive drive.
It almost feels like the game hinges on this play right here. If it's successful, Onso stays in position. It's going to be a long pass with multiple defenders. It's going to bounce in just like that. Could they have thrown the game away? Because now, like you said, Hope County getting the ball on the 32 here with not much room to go down. This has been so intense. The ball has turned over so many times, and certainly a yard gain there. That player took a pretty hard hit. Yeah, risk of injury will show up here. And I don't want to be that guy getting hit like that.
No. That's why we are sitting behind the desk here, watching the game as they go. But here we are, 2nd and 15, getting the ball off before that play clock winds down. They're going to take the hit, only gaining 1 yard on the play. But as we saw last time, they were able to pick up that first down. Again, only 3rd down for them, so they don't have to go for anything too crazy. And with how successful their runs have been, they might just opt for that.
Do you start to think about the clock here, Chris? Do you want to make this a slow and steady goal so that by the time the ball, when you do turn it over, the other team doesn't have as much time to work with? I don't know. I think you just got to go for any success here as they're now 4th down, inches to go, but the play has to get over that line.
And they would agree because there's plenty of time on that play clock, and they are going to be able to pick up the 1st and 10. That had to have been right on the line there. You probably would have seen them pull out the pylons if this was a real game to check that. But they are able to pick it up, 7 on that play clock. They run it down a little bit here. Not going to pick up, actually going to take a loss on this run. But again, they're in really good scoring position here. So 2nd and 12, they're not going to be too worried about it, especially with only 2 minutes and 25 seconds left on the game clock.
The injury indicator keeps popping up on the screen as well. Got to make sure these players are okay. Every time they leave this QB open, of course he's just going to walk through the open door. You got to leave at least one guy in front of this man. He's just standing there waiting for his time to strike, and it was perfect. Look at that. I love the replay of him just standing and then going into a full sprint. Now, 1st and goal. This could be the game in Hope County's hands.
Good stop by Northside Onso, denying that touchdown. But again, they are so close. Will they have enough to stop them? 1:20 left. They are finally starting to run down that clock a little bit. They're going to run it straight up the middle, but gets denied right before they can get it into the end zone.
It does look like the clock play has entered. They're going to take their time, but you got to be careful. If this one doesn't go in, it could be disaster. 40 seconds left on the clock. If this goes in, it could be the game-winning touchdown. He's going to force it right over the line, and no defender there to stop him. Hope County taking the lead, and they're going to go for the extra point.
Smart. At most, it will be a 1-point game, but with 37 seconds left on the game clock, we'll have to see what Northside Onso. They have to make some quick plays coming out here because, again, the lead has shifted. Again, they'll opt to run it, and they get some yardage here, but it's just not enough. It's not enough this time.
I feel like they had to take the touchback there, but instead, the clock is paused at 35, though. And now you expect to see them walking the ball out of the end zone, out of the field to pause that clock on a majority of these. We see the quick lateral pass, but the sack, and that was almost ugly situation there.
Again, with these lateral tosses to try to get that throw, it just hasn't really been successful this game. And it's good on them for trying it, but you'd think you'd want to try to tie it up here. They're going to opt for a run. They're going to get stopped though, and it is 3rd and 16 with 10 seconds left, and it's still counting down. Okay, finally. There we go.
A little bit of a delayed timeout there, burned maybe 2 extra seconds than was necessary. Now it's got to be the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys here if they want to give themselves a chance to tie it up. 8 seconds, 3rd and 16, but that doesn't matter. They need to get all the way downfield. You see this, the circle player on the right just beelining down. He's got to get through 2 defenders, though. It's going to be a risky play, but probably has to go for it. And that's going to be an incomplete. Hello and welcome to the Week 2 recap for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the Sandhills region. My name once again is Eli, better known as Eli the Ninja. I'm joined with Chris, aka Party Foul. How are we doing today, Chris?
I'm doing really great. I am really excited to get in today's matches for Super Smash Brothers, and we had a lot of great games last week. We're going into week number 2, and I'm just really excited.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got some really talented players throughout Sandhills region. I'm really just already anxious about who's going to make it to states. I mean, I know we're early. This is only week 2, but I'm starting to see the level of talent in the field overall and just how good these players are, and it's getting me excited. I think we're going to have some really competitive matches throughout the rest of the season and going into the playoffs. And I think part of the reason that it's been so competitive is because of the amazing coaches that we have on board. We got DeBuzz for Smash, but there's all kinds of other coaches involved. Why don't we throw it to a video real quick to tell you all about it.
Pro esports coaches to train you in 4 different game titles for free. We're bringing you exclusive world-class advice from the best players in the world. Learn from pro Overwatch player Jake, known for his versatility across multiple heroes and consistent top-tier performance. Or refine your Smash Bros. Knowledge with DeBuzz, renowned for his consistent tournament success and high-profile victories. Cover strategy with 11-time Madden champion Dreeny, one of the youngest and most dominant competitors in the Madden esports scene. Need help locking down your aerials? Try Rising Star Chief Beef's course on competitive Rocket League. Whether you're a filthy casual or a seasoned tryhard, get 8 straight weeks of exclusive expert game knowledge crafted crafted for you every Friday, with the first videos dropping October 11th. That's 32 total videos covering everything you need to know about your favorite games, from fundamentals to high-level strategy. You'll learn positioning and teamwork, defensive and offensive strategy, practice routines, game sense, communication, mental and emotional resilience, all the way down to analyzing meta and adapting to change. Everyone has something to learn and enjoy, and these courses are completely free. So what are you waiting for? Go to thenotwork.org/register to sign up and get access to these courses.
Wow, what an awesome group of individuals to teach you guys all about strategy, the mental game, every aspect of being a professional player, really. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is help you guys. If this is your dream to be a pro player, these are the people to listen to. They've been there, they've done that. And how do you feel about the coach videos so far? Have you been learning anything from watching them as well?
I have. I think they're really great. And, we have a really good way we set them up as well. So we have, a set course that we're going to go over for the first couple of weeks, but then we're going to switch it over to you guys. We want to hear what would really help you to pass along to these coaches so you can take that next step, so you can get better, so you can climb throughout the season and make it to state. So remember, talk to your mentors. Let them know what you want to learn if you haven't seen it in the video, and send it to us so we can reach back out to them.
Exactly right. So take a look at the website, find those videos, watch them, absolutely. But we're going to watch something else now. Looks like we've got our first Super Smash Brothers match set up. It's going to be Riverside, Hope County, and Durham School of the Arts. So just to remind you guys how this works, it's going to be 3 teams all in the same online battle arena. They're going to take turns 1v1ing each other. Whoever's not playing right now would be spectating the other match. So the home team, they get to play first. They get their matches out of the way first. But if you're that neutral team, that does mean that you get to watch the home team play before you play against them. So a little bit of push and pull here. You're going to be more warmed up for your second match if you got to play first. But if you get to play second, you maybe get a little bit more of an intel advantage. Start thinking about your counter picks. So very interesting dynamic here. But let's go ahead and jump into the first match. That's going to be Riverside versus Hoke. And as we see here, we are loading in Joker and Mario, 2 top-tier characters, in my opinion. Mario, arguably a little bit lower. We see a little bit of friendly taunt go out here as both players just showing themselves a little bit of flair to start the game.
I do respect Mario Boy sticking with that Mario there. We do see them coming out, getting a little bit of damage onto that Joker early. As you said last week, Joker wants to make sure that they get that meter set up so that they can get that mechanic going for them. And we do see some trading now going back and forth, both of them on the edge and actually doing a very good job.
Both these characters extremely fast with their neutral options, and both these players very good at choosing their neutral options as well. Mario Boy has it in his name, so you know he is a character specialist. You know that this is his bread and butter. And so far, this is very even. Neither player really having a significant edge. We do see the Arson coming online for Joker. So now he's going to do a little bit more knockback. That forward air not going to KO Mario just yet, but looks like his time is running out.
Both of them on the edge there, about 85% for that Joker. So when the Arson came online, they were able to get a lot of damage, but it looks like he's unable to get back up. Mario doing a good job of taking that first stock.
That was a strong nair at the ledge, just to push Joker just far enough away that his recovery cannot help him return to the stage. And what I like so far from Mario Boy is he is very tricky in his approach options. He's very hard to read. He's picking fast and safe options. So even if he misses the attack, Joker is going to have a hard time punishing the miss, and also just using these platforms to his advantage, landing on them. And Joker's a pretty short character, so he's going to be, he has to commit to a jump if he's going to jump to the ledge and attack Mario.
All right, it looks like the Arson is back online now, so we'll have to see if he can able to take this stock. He will want to even it up before taking too much damage. Mario's already at 172, but there it goes, able to take the first stock off of Mario.
That back air was clean. Arson dealing a little bit of extra damage. We see the forward air spike coming out from Mario, and wow, Joker recovers from the forward air, but gets hit with the forward smash as soon as he gets back on the stage. You think you've escaped death, but it's right around the corner.
great taking that very quick second stock off of the Joker there from Mario. Said, you took one from me, I'm going to take one right back from you and get right back into it. So we do see them coming back out here. Only one stock left for that Joker, so has to be a little careful here, but taking a little bit of damage. Arsene coming back online, so hopefully he can get the damage he needs to take a stock.
Love these approach options from Mario Boy. Even if Nero is getting the shield on the first hit, there's another hitbox coming right after. That's what makes Mario such a good character, and we see basically a full stock lead here from Mario Boy. Just needs to seal one more stock out. The Aegon going to go out for Nairo, and he's going to now be on the stage. But both players just kind of whiffing some of these punish options. Mario going to get the flood out. Tries to cape him off the stage, but pushes a few too many buttons. That's going to be an SD, but still has that 94% advantage here.
Yeah, both of them doing a very good job on the edge. Ooh. Looks like he's going to get grabbed there, taking a little bit of damage. This is what the Joker wants to do. He wants to try to get him back up there and get that meter filled up so he can get Arsene back online so he can try to take this first game. But Mario Boy doing a good job, as you said, using those ledges, or sorry, those platforms to his advantage there. Looks like he's winding up, trying to get that killing blow. How will he be able to find it?
He's kind of fishing. A lot of different kill moves being thrown out, but so far Joker been able to avoid all of them. Flood comes out once again. Fireball is going to miss, but it's not going to matter. I think the Fireball scared Joker to drift a little bit too far away from the ledge so that he was unable to use that up B to get back. So even though the Fireball doesn't hit, just the pressure of it existing alone was enough to scare his opponent into a unrecoverable situation. So great first game from Mario Boy, and Joker, I think, was looking pretty clean, to be honest, but unfortunately Mario just a little bit too strong in that matchup.
Yeah, both of them are really back and forth. When, you know, even though Mario Boy took the lead, you know, Joker was coming back, making sure they could take the stocks. Both of them seemed like they had an SD there. So we'll have to see if they can clean that up a little bit going into game number 2. But let's go ahead and jump in and see if there's any changes.
All right. And surprisingly, Mario Boy with the dub is going to actually switch over to the Sonic, looking like Sonic Boy this time around. I mean, they got Mario in the tag, but the Sonic comes out. Maybe just feeling a little bit more comfortable. You know, Sonic, on my personal, probably best character in the game, second best character, definitely up there in S tier. We've seen a lot of very talented players across the world on this champion, and let's see what Mario Boy's got in the tank with this one.
All right, we do see it coming out. The end some damage, so the early damage onto the Joker there. Will Joker have to play any bit differently against the Sonic this go around?
Absolutely. Sonic is a difficult champion to play against because his moveset is so ambiguous. The homing attack, the spin dash, like right there, you can cancel the spin dash, so he's faking as if he's going for the rolling spin dash, but then turns it into an aerial. He's so difficult to read what he's going for. He's also extremely fast, so if you're Joker in this position, you just have to be careful. You do have to swing a bit more and just kind of hope that Sonic ends up in your hitbox, but you also got to be careful about that because if you swing too much at the wrong time, you might get punished for it. So pretty difficult matchup, I think, for Joker.
All right, the Arsene just going down. Joker that 110% was able to, you know, finally get Sonic Boy up to that 76, but both of them are again trading blows. Doing a really good job like they did last game. We'll have to see who takes the first stock here, but you know, Sonic just really coming out swinging, but Joker trying to use those projectiles to see if he can, you know, get a little bit of space, but it's not going to matter as he gets smashed off the side.
The down smash coming in. Sonic doing the splits. Shoes are a little bit too strong. We see both these players going for these hard reads with the charge smash attacks. Got to be careful of how much you do that because if you get hit while you're charging a smash, you actually take more damage. Risk reward sometimes not online for that, but here we go. Joker in a position now where he really wants to close out this stock. Doesn't have Arsene to have that heavier knockback, so has to be careful here. I'd like to see some counters come out to get Arsene charged a little bit faster, but here he is. Arsene's on the table. Can he use this to finish the stock?
All right, it looks like he's trying to able to get a couple of those projectile hits, but Sonic is not going. Ooh, wow. As I say that, he does get smashed up the top there, so he was able to take that with only 67%. Hopefully he can get a little bit more damage as Arsene is still out at the moment. It looks like he is able to find a little bit of damage on the Sonic there. Great job with those combos, but Sonic back on the platform.
an insane amount of extra credit there. Typically, you get the Arsene online, and you're like, okay, I'll get this stock and probably run out. But he actually got a few extra hits, getting Sonic all the way to 70% before Arsene depletes. So getting a ton of value out of that meter. What can Sonic do as an answer, though? Still has the lead. Tries to use the spring there for the Gimp. Gets the up smash at the ledge. Forward smash goes out. So many kill options being thrown out. Finally, one connects. It's the back air, but not the strongest hit. And the spring, I think, just did it. Wow, just drops the spring on his face, and you can't get back from that one.
Oh, that is a little bit of a heartbreaker, getting hit by his spring and going down. Oh, the Sonic keeping him off the edge. They're both,
That was such a clean edge guard off the map, just betting it all. When you have a stock lead, you can afford to take risks like that, because even if that doesn't work out and Sonic goes down, it's just a tie stock game. But with the lead, he can more comfortably do that, and he used the homing attack while Joker was so far off after he had burned his jump. So at the end, Joker just has no options to get back to the stage. Super smart plays out of Mario Boy, and that's a clean 2-0.
Yeah, I love to see when they're able to, use those mechanics and use that strategy that, it may take one of my lives, but if I'm going to, take the game, might as well do it. And as you said, even if he wasn't able to take that last stock off a Joker, he would have been at, even stocks regardless. So it's showing, the high-level skill play that we're really looking for out of these players, and, it's great to see that.
I can tell just from watching these two, they have tournament experience. They are not newcomers to Smash at all. They're both mixing their offensive and defensive options very well. They're choosing fast options out of shield. We're seeing some high-level gameplay, to be completely honest with you, and I think we're going to continue to see more of that in Sandhills. Let's go ahead and jump into the next matchup. This one, I believe, would be Riverside versus Durham Arts. All right, so we're seeing the Joker once again. Will he have more success against the Cloud? Cujo from Durham, School of the Arts. This is a more traditional matchup. I mean, this is a la Spargo versus MK Leo, two of the best players in the world, and we've seen this matchup a lot if you watch Smash tournaments, and Cujo's Cloud already looking clean. The forward air into cross slash combination, one of the bread and butter combos at low percents for Cloud.
Wow, and he is getting that meter up fairly quick, but we do see the Arsene coming out, so we'll have to see if the Joker is able to get some damage to even it back up there. We do see the limit at 100%. We'll see if they're able to get one of those killing blows out or not. There it is, and just not enough to get him off of the map.
Yeah, if that hit towards the right side, the blast zone would have been just close enough, but doesn't matter. The golf swing, up smash. Going to use that Buster Sword to take Joker off the map. And we've got another high-level player that I can also tell has competed in tournaments. These combos are clean. This player's been watching those Eyes Off Smash videos.
I think they go for it this time. They've had a little more success on the offensive plays. I think this is the time that they do go for it, and it looks like they are.
I agree with this. 4th and 3 doesn't feel that much different from 4th and 1, but it really is, though, because it's hard to earn just 1 yard at times, and he's going to guarantee it, just walk right through. The defenders wanted to push him backwards over that line, but ultimately will remain far enough to get it. And NC Virtual Academy still on offense. Have just 21 seconds left in this quarter. It's not going to matter, though. Quick handoff and another quick run right through the center with a beautiful juke and another consecutive first down.
Both of these players seem to be playing a little more methodical than what we saw in the last one. They were just kind of going at it, just hammering away, seeing what they could do and finding success. This one, we kind of see it slow down a little bit. They're deciding to choose what place they want. And now after, we're going into the second quarter, we've seen them kind of start both stepping up on offense here. Haven't really found major big plays, but these kind of short and sweet plays have been moving them up the field. Last time, though, Southwest Edgecombe did get stopped with the fumble play in about around this position, so NC Virtual Academy has to learn from that, take it a little bit easier, and try to see if they can find the first touchdown.
Ooh, very nice pass here. 3rd and 1, though. Looks like NC Virtual Academy definitely getting more comfortable, but without this first down, they would be very uncomfortable. This play, very important. Looks like they will do another handoff, try to force it over that line, and they will get it. So 1st and 10 once again, and that was a close one. I feel like that was barely over the line.
have to be careful, but if it works, it works, and at this point they'll take it. Again, they're moving up the field a little bit slow, but surely at this point a nice little throw once again is going to pick them up 6 yards, and again they're just kind of inching their way towards the end zone here, so we'll have to see if Southwest Edgecombe can stop them and maybe force them to just a field goal like they did earlier, so it only ties up the game, or if NC Virtual Academy will be able to get this touchdown. But again, both are still playing pretty good defense despite the teams moving up here, so I'll have to say that, you know, they still have their work cut out for them, unable to find a way through that massive defenders, and it will be 3rd and 3.
Feels like the play is becoming a little bit too readable. It's gone for the handoff into the run multiple times. Got to think that maybe the throw is the play, but maybe just feeling less confident in it. They did throw 1 interception already, so maybe remembering that. It's going to be another one. You say if it does, at first you don't succeed, try again. I feel like that is the motto right now for NC Virtual Academy. The problem is they now put themselves in a precarious position.
We have to see if maybe they do just opt to go for the field goal, but the way we see the defense picking out, it looks like they're deciding not to. So again, we'll have to see if they can convert the 4th down. They were able to succeed earlier. He's going to drop back with a lot of pressure, though. Good jump off, and there it is. They're able to find it. Okay, so he is taken out, but he was able to find the 1st down. So good job on that play. Able to move up the field. 1st and goal, and this is the, you know, probably the most promising drive that we've seen so far out of both of these players. But again, you have to be a little careful not to get turned over at this moment.
Wow.
Nice little toss and touchdown for NC Virtual Academy.
The patience in every play during that offensive drive. They didn't go for anything too risky. They're just playing a little chess match, going for a lot of runs, but then going for the pass when their opponent did not expect it as much. So I'm just really impressed by the way Georgia or NC Virtual Academy played that offensive drive, so meticulous in their options throughout the drive. Now, can Southwest Edgecombe answer back?
All right, gonna opt for the touchback there. Gonna leave it, start at the 25-yard line. We'll have to see if they can find the same success they did in their 2nd drive of the game, but this time, will they be able to hold on to it quite literally, as they had fumbled earlier. So this time they want to move up, but without that turnover. They're going to look for a pass. Wide open receiver is going to find it and get to about the 50-yard line.
Very impressive. Quick pass, massive yards gained in that play. It's going to be 28 extra yards down the field. Now, finding themselves on the 50. Still a lot of work left to do, but you like taking a big chunk off early in these offensive drives.
Short run for a gain of 2, so not opting for a bigger pass there. Want to see if they can find a little success in the running plays as they did earlier. It looks like they're going to set up once again, possibly for a longer throw, but this time they're actually going to take it right up the middle with the quarterback and actually almost pick up the 1st down, 3rd and inches off of that run.
Tried to fall forward enough to guarantee it, but just barely comes short of that 1st down. Will not have too much difficulty earning it, but has to get some forward progress. Looks like a very interesting play being set up here as we see multiple receivers, but it's another interception. Perfect timing, says the indicator, and the juke as well. Look how much extra yards he's getting.
He's going. He's going.
He could go all the way. Are you kidding me? All of a sudden, NC Virtual Academy with a stranglehold on this match.
Massive 68-yard pick 6, going for the extra point, and where they were having success in the defense early on, they are now turning it into an offensive success as well with that interception, and great job by them, you know, just coming out of the gates here in the 2nd quarter, picking up a touchdown and then a defensive touchdown with that interception, and wow, they are really starting to take off.
That player, after the interception, also dodging the first set of players trying to tackle, and then somehow finding his way all the way to the end zone. I mean, I feel like a lot of players would have been stopped by that first wave of defenders, but just able to get right past it. And here we go. Ball back in the hands of Southwest Edgecombe, a lot further back down the field, but already with some impressive progress in their first opening play.
Again, Southwest Edgecombe has shown that they can do really well on offense, but they have to limit these turnovers now, so they are down 11 points. So they kind of have to be a little smarter about it. We do see another throw that, nice little catch there to make sure that it was a complete pass moving up the field. So about at the 51-yard line here. Oh, sorry, the 41-yard line. They're going to drop back a little bit. Another big throw, and this one, just shy of a touchdown there.
Southwest Edgecombe taking the complete opposite approach of Virtual Academy as they are just going for a big throw after big throw. There is no interest in just slowly walking their way up the field. They want to earn this touchdown in a hurry, maybe feeling the pressure a little bit, but really rising to the occasion and having great success so far. Can they finally get this one into the end zone? Looks like it will be handed off and taken down, but they at least get a little bit closer.
So maybe about 2 or 3 yards shy of the end zone there. Again, still little progress is exactly what they are looking for. They're going to want to really get this touchdown because it just kind of gets them into a little bit better position of the game. But again, taken down there on the third and goal. We'll have to see what they decide to pick here. They're really looking through their options on what they want to pick up. You see a different. Okay, so it looks like they might be going for a pass here with the option of using that quarterback to run up the center. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. Have a really good routes if they can find it there. Dropping back a little bit, looking for that throw, and it will be a touchdown.
Love that play. Gave themselves so many options to find their way into the end zone. Extra point, not even going to be a thought to go for the 2-point conversion. And I like that. Go ahead and get the extra point. Now only down by 4. And this game is suddenly much more competitive. Virtual Academy looking to score in the next 3 minutes before this half is over.
We do see the run coming out, but going to get hit fairly quickly there as they went right up the middle into the oncoming traffic of the defense. So we'll have to see if they can find that success again of that kind of slow and steady offensive that we've seen coming out of them, but it looks like Southwest Edgecombe might have been able to read it a little bit as they're kind of dropping back here. We do see the lateral pass into a very quick pass here. They are going to find him, and there's no way the defender will be able to catch up. It's going to be a touchdown. And how quick was that?
The first play that they get on offense and they make it count. That was incredible. And that's just got to feel bad if you're Southwest Edgecombe. You feel like you worked so hard to get back into position where it's just a one-score game. But now, Virtual Academy 21-10, taking an emphatic lead and seeming like it doesn't matter how long it takes. They're going to find a way to get into the end zone. And when you score that quickly, it just puts extra pressure on your opponent because now you feel like, if he can score that fast, I have to score that fast as well, and then also turn the ball over at some point to get this lead. It's just adding extra pressure to Southwest Edgecombe.
You would think it would have been the opposite, right? You know, they would have played a little more slowly since they had the ball back in a bit of the lead, but they took and now we see another quick play. What a great run coming out of Southwest Edgecombe, and they were listening. They said, okay, we need a quick play. We're going to get right to the 50-yard line there. About a 24-yard run for that running back. They're going to pick it up once again, but this time going to get stopped very early.
I like the thought there, though. Maybe going for a quick play, a run play that's a little bit different from prior moments in the match to try to throw their opponent off. Now, what's the play here, though? Do they go for another throw? The throws have been way more successful. It's going to be a short throw, a juke, and an almost first down, but it's a fumble. And it could have been a turnover, but they do maintain control of the ball.
It was picked up by Georgia. It swapped over. The little arrow on the bottom there has swapped over on the side, and another great stop by NC Virtual Academy to force a turnover.
I didn't see the camera pan to the other side, so it threw me off, but you're right. He must have just grabbed it and immediately went to the ground. And Georgia, or Virtual Academy, just taking over in this game.
That is another great turnover, and we were praising their defensive abilities at the beginning, and it for Georgia, for NC Virtual Academy, it was that great defensive prowess that they have, and again, forcing another turnover, it gets them the ball once again. They're already up by 11, then in such a good spot here. They're going to look for the throw, but going to get hit. Luckily, it got out of their hands in a safe spot there, so they're not going to take a loss.
That was scary. Looked like the play. They faked the handoff. Quarterback thought he bought himself some extra time, but not enough time. Defender running right through, but like you said, incomplete pass forced. Now 3rd and 4. Virtual Academy goes for the pass, and it's going to not be caught, and it's another fumble. What even happened there?
It was a complete pass. He got hit. Ball comes out, picked up by the Crimson Tide.
Oh,
there.
challenge.
And, so we see our first challenge. I think this is the first time we've seen a challenge out of any of the games that we've casted so far.
Very curious. I don't even know how that works.
So they did. The challenge was ruled. So no challenge there. So it was ruled against
denied,
Georgia.
Right?
Denied.
Okay.
Yep. So, luckily with the AI here, we don't have to wait and see them go to the TV and check it out, or have those fourth officials on the back end looking at the TVs tell them whether or not the challenge would be approved or denied there. So it is going to stay in the hands of Southwest Edgecombe. It does mean that NC Virtual.
It doesn't matter,
it's not
though.
Going to matter, as you said.
They just turn it right back over, and it goes right in. A 31-yard pick six. And Virtual Academy is so good with these interceptions. This has been very impressive. And it's feeling like it's slipping out of control for Southwest Edgecombe. They've got to get themselves back into this.
Well, you get denied the challenge, so just do it yourself. Get that ball right back. Get that touchdown like nothing ever happened pretty much. And they're going up by 18 at this point. It's not even going to matter that they lost the timeout from that challenge.
Wow. That was a crazy sequence. Mostly all in the favor of Virtual Academy. They are just running away with this one. Got to think that Southwest Edgecombe feeling the pressure here. QB runs all the way back and then all the way forward. Will gain a few yards, I think. Or no, it's going to be even yardage here.
And in that situation, it may have been the best that they could hope for. No loss. No turnover at this point, which they are probably really thankful for, but they really have to start finding success without getting these turnovers. Try to find ways that they can work on offense that allow them to move up the field, but there's the throw. They're able to pick up the first down, but only about a minute left in this quarter and half. They really want to score here so they can kind of stop the bleeding that NC Virtual Academy has put upon them now, and they're going to drop back a little bit. Another throw, and it's so risky with these over the middle passes right into a couple of the defenders there. They have to maybe kind of look at them a little more of the playbook to figure out some different plays that might be a little bit safer.
I think that's part of the reason why they have thrown a few interceptions so far, is because of these riskier plays. And shrugs off the first player rushing and does get the incomplete pass off, but that was a dangerous situation right there. Southwest Edgecombe barely getting that one out.
Maybe a little too much pressure coming out of the clock. They were 2nd and 1. Just run it, get that first down, and then maybe look for the throw. But they are going to be able to find the first down here, throw that timeout so they can stop the clock. Possibly what maybe they should have done from the last play, but they have 33 seconds. That's plenty of time that we've seen these players be able to score a touchdown, at least get one touchdown, maybe get a stop before halftime, and then kind of reevaluate how you want to go into the second half.
Have to agree with you. This is a nice run. It's not going to go all the way in, opting to dive and not get tackled there. But that means the clock is burning down, 20 seconds, and it's still going. You have to think they want to go for a quick play here. They will. It is a quick pass. It's a good one, and that's going to be a potential touchdown. It will go out, but that is a perfect play. What they needed, still 13 seconds on the clock, so they've got plenty of time here.
That is exactly what we were looking for. They're finally getting down the field in a safe manner, not turning it over. They are going to drop back here, look for a pass. They are going to find it, and there it is, the touchdown, with a little bit of that stutter step getting into there, a little bit of showboating because they finally were able to get that offensive play. I like it, going for the safe 1 point here from the field goal, and good job by them. They are able to get it back down to an 11-point game, so it's not too far out of hand just yet, but they do need to make sure that they do get a stop and don't allow a really quick play out of here from the side of NC Virtual Academy.
You're exactly right. This would be heartbreaking if they somehow allowed a touchdown before the end of the second quarter here. Would like to just go ahead and turn this over. 5 seconds. Do you think they just go for a crazy play here if you're on the side of Virtual Academy?
But the way I've seen them play, I don't think so. But maybe we do see them coming up. They're trying to find a way to get the throw off. They will find it incomplete, so it will be the end of the half. And great job in that second quarter, especially from NC Virtual Academy. Offensive and defensive pressure against Southwest Edgecombe. We'll have to see how they decide to handle it. But they do start off with the ball this quarter with the lead, so you think they're in a really good position going forward here.
Right. I mean, this is exactly all the conditions that you said they needed. They needed to score before the half was over, and they needed to get the ball at the beginning. It's exactly what we see here. So they have a chance to bring it back. Down by 11 here. Want at least a touchdown and an extra point to make this one interesting. Virtual Academy looking for another interception potentially. But if you're on the side of Southwest Edgecombe, maybe you'll play this a bit safer, right? You might maybe go for more runs. Don't allow those interceptions to happen because Virtual Academy's been so good with it.
But if you do go for it, make sure you hold on to it, as we've seen a couple of fumbles as well. So they do have to play smart. Just find those good plays that can allow them to move up the field. But it looks like they're going to go for a pass here. Big throw.
Huge.
And they are going to find it. This is exactly what they needed.
In an instant, if you blinked, you missed it. They have all of a sudden brought it within 5, have a chance to potentially bring it within 4 or 3, depending on the next play here. I think, what's the play? They do go for the 2-point conversion. I actually like this. If you can make it a 3-point game, now you're just 1 field goal from tying it up. It's a little bit risky, but not that risky, right? Because there's still just 1 touchdown behind if they don't make it.
Looking to throw, trying to find that open receiver. They're going to find someone, and it is going to be good. And coming right out of the gates in the second half, I know there's not much time in between it, but sometimes that small little break can just be enough. They are able to find that touchdown, get the ball back, replicate that success once again. And as you said, it is now a 3-point game, so it is only a field goal separating them.
Huge bounce back from Southwest Edgecombe. The resilience to not give up even when down by so much. It was, I think, 28-10 at one point. Now only down by 3. Virtual Academy, though, has been so good on offense. Is he gonna slam the door right back? Somehow gets it to the 30 so easily off the first play. Look at the juke. Gets around multiple defenders, has some help from that offensive line, and they're just picking up right where they left off. They've been so good on offense.
Maybe they just swapped. Maybe going into the second half here, they said, you know what, I don't care about defense anymore. We're just going to go full in on offense. We're going to make this game as exciting as possible. And they have really turned it up in the second and third quarter here so far. It is just crazy how successful they are on these offensive drives now. You know, they were first quarter, it was a little bit slow. They weren't finding too much. And now both of them are just going head to head with these massive plays.
Massive plays indeed. Second and 5, though. What's the play here? Quick throw and a quick interception, and there's nobody to stop him. Southwest Edgecombe could just steal the lead like that in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? 67-yard pick 6. There was nobody there to stop.
Speechless. I am speechless. I was watching that play, and I'm glad Eli took over with it, because I had no words as we saw it unfolding in front of us. The extra point is going to be good, and there it is. They took the lead back finally after just that, so much success out of NC Virtual Academy. Southwest Edgecombe showing so much resilience, staying in the game, and now taking back the lead.
And Virtual Academy has to be kicking themselves right now. They didn't have to take such a fast and risky option there to throw the pass into that position. That defender was in the perfect position to just intercept it. Could have taken their time a bit more and guaranteed to cement their lead. Instead, they are now losing by 4. They're back on offense here. Plenty of time left in this game. But you got to feel like they threw away an opportunity to really stamp their foot down on a potential victory.
There we saw the run, maybe a little bit of that lingering throw hunting them there. So they opted for, as you said, a little bit of the safer play, but only 1 yard. So they're going to go to look to throw, but getting pressured by the defenders, getting sacked, and losing 7 in the process.
Wow. Just feels like all the momentum now on the side of Southwest Edgecombe. Not only have their offensive plays been good, their defense is intercepting. They're slowing down the offense. They get the sack, but a long pass trying to change the storyline, and it is caught somehow. And that's a massive bounce back moment for Virtual Academy. If that pass goes down, I think Southwest Edgecombe just have too much momentum. But this changes things. This keeps things interesting. They are so far down the field and have another chance to regain the lead.
That was really risky, but it pays off, and it's good to see that they weren't haunted for too long after that throw. They made that big play, got down the field, and once again, they're looking to just kind of pick up that momentum once again. We do see the run coming out this time. It is going to be very successful. Great juke to get past the defender. Another one, and they're going to get within 10.
Huge play. That second juke, I think, maybe actually got them closer to being tackled. Could have maybe juked to the right to get even more distance, but they're going to be happy with this regardless. First and goal. Now, what's the play here? They're going to run it straight through, and the defenders finally take him down, but second and goal with just a yard or two to go, and how good they've been on offense feels almost inevitable. You just cannot throw an interception in this moment if you're Virtual Academy.
Try to find that touchdown, try to move it in. Once again, opting for that QB run to try to get through the middle, but great job on the read from Southwest Edgecombe to tighten up the defense in the middle line to not allow it. So we're going to see a change in plays here. A little bit of a shift, possibly a throw to try to get it in, but we do have the running back moving. Nope, it is going to be a fake off from the quarterback, so they're going to keep it in. Once again, they got stopped. Fourth and goal. Do they decide to go for it here?
I think you kind of have to. I mean, third quarter, the field goal is not enough to tie things up. You feel like you have to do it, but if this is unsuccessful, Edgecombe can play the clock for the rest of this quarter, burn the clock down with the lead. For Virtual Academy, everything in this play right here, right now, it is a short handoff, but look at the defense. Too strong. They turn it over. Looked like that player kicked the other player in the face. Got to be careful with that. I don't know what that was.
We're not playing Smash yet. Be a little bit careful with these. Don't want to get a flag on that play. But as you said, it's gotten turned over to Southwest Edgecombe, who's been so great on offense. But here's the good stop coming out of NC Virtual Academy.
They're going to slow them down a little bit. Momentum still on the side of Southwest Edgecombe. Virtual Academy kind of throwing away another opportunity. That's 2 offensive drives in a row. They've been hard locked at 28 points because of how effective Edgecombe has become on defense. What can they do here now on offense? Quarterback seeing a wide open field in front of him, wants to just walk it forward, get those extra yards now, 3rd and 5.
I do like the players opting to use that slide so the damage isn't taken onto their quarterback. Good job on those reads. We're going to see the drop back, 3rd and 5. Will they be able to get the first down here? They're looking for it. Going to run it up. Good job. And once again, another great slide by them. Going to slide into the 1st and 10. So good job moving up. And as you said, they are kind of just playing the clock out a bit here. They got the stop, and, you just kind of see it ticking down. So good job on them for that read. But still, 1 quarter left to go. So there still is plenty of time for NC Virtual Academy to get another stop here.
Gotta feel like if they can score on this drive, though, it could be cementing the victory. That was a risky one. Looked like a potential fumble situation, but instead it's 2nd and 3. Excellent yardage gained. But like you said, if they can score this and do so in a drawn-out fashion with that clock dwindling throughout, just leaves very little room for Virtual Academy to come back into this. So looks like 3rd and 7, so they actually lost some yards there. Great defense on the side of Virtual Academy. Edgecombe with a couple more opportunities.
Looking at them, checking out their plays, deciding what they want to do. It has slowed down a little bit from those really quick offensive plays or offensive drives that we saw earlier, but opting to looks like the throw there. So we see the routes of those wide receivers, a really quick throw. So great job on that, finding the first down and some. About at the 50-yard line, they are just moving up the field now.
That was a clutch first down. Maintain offensive pressure. Even if you don't score in this drive, you're burning time off the clock. You're giving yourself a better chance to end the game in the lead, but it's going to be another first down. Player jukes into the defensive players, but does not matter. They will earn a back-to-back consecutive first downs.
Looking at them, checking the plays. I do like this, looking at more of the running plays, possible handoffs here. Don't have to go through for too many throws there and possibly risk the interceptions, which we've seen so many of today. So we do see that handoff. Great job moving to the outside. Found a great route, great juke, and is going to find another touchdown.
Southwest Edgecombe not relinquishing the lead here. Instead, further cementing their place in the lead. 10 ahead, make it 11 as this goes through the uprights. And with 54 seconds in this quarter, another 7-minute quarter ahead. If you're Virtual Academy, you're feeling the pressure. This next offensive drive has to be good, but we see a flag thrown as the ball goes off the side. We'll have to see what the flag was about, but where does the ball start?
The flag is going to be on the ball going out of bounds, so if it does go out of bounds, the flag will come out on those kickoffs there. Unfortunately, a little bit mismanagement on the mechanics there, so it did cause the ball to just go flying wide. So good position here for NC Virtual Academy as they pick up at least the first down there. Good jukes into that and picking up a really good first offensive drive there.
They did not like that. They hit that man hard to take him down afterwards. They said, no, stop with the juking. They juked off 2 different opponents on his way down the field. Now, in a situation where ball gets laterally passed, it's going to go downfield, and there's no defenders here. This is a huge play from NC Virtual Academy, a touchdown, and they are on the brink of taking this one back.
Great job not letting the pressure get to them. Found a great play off of some misplay from the end of Southwest Edgecombe there. So misplay on that kickoff is going to lead to a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 8 points on the play will get them once again within a field goal of this game. So they have to find the stop on this defensive play here. But we did see Southwest Edgecombe opting for that touchback. They're not going to risk anything right now, and they have been successful on offense as well. So both of these teams are really just going to have to go at it here. It's another back-and-forth game.
This has been insane, Chris. The level of competition. If the games are going to be this close throughout the rest of the season, if we get to playoffs and these games are this intense, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to learn to count higher than 8 for sure to keep up with these guys, because this has been unbelievable gameplay. Southwest Edgecombe have a chance on this offensive drive to retake that 10-point lead if they can get another touchdown. Nice pass, and going to walk out. That's going to pause the clock, give himself a little bit extra time on this offensive drive.
Looking through those plays, deciding which one will be best. I like it. They went from a fast one into one that's requiring a little more thought. They do have the option for another short pass and then 2 wide receivers going down the edges there that will make those runs. But they are this time going to opt to run down the game clock. They're just going to go into the fourth quarter, but they will retain possession here. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. Kind of looking again on what play they want to make this time. Will they go for the same one, or will they opt for a new one here?
I think it was a new one. Can't see which button they pushed, though, of course, when they are going for it. Okay, we've got lots of crisscross receivers here. One goes to the right, and it's perfect. The player gets a lot of extra yards as well. Massive play. Southwest Edgecombe want to retake that big lead going into the later stages of this match.
Moving up the field, another throw, but this time opting for a couple shorters, but have the option to go off. But they're actually just going to hand it off here. Great juke. It's going to allow them to pick up about 1 or 2 extra yards. Second and third, really good positioning here. They can just keep moving up the field without making too many risky plays here, since they are on that second down. Another run, not going to be as successful as the first, because they're not going to pick up any yards on the play here. But again, I like the thought process here. Don't have to make any big plays. Just kind of start moving it up since they've had that success, and we'll have to see what they opt to do here on 3rd and 3.
It's a big play right here, though. Would very much prefer a first down off of this play. Looks like the QB sees the opening and sees the pass.
Oh, no.
But the ball gets...
He didn't bring it in.
Totally missed opportunity. 4th and 3. you feel like you got to go for it. To turn the ball over in this moment could just give the game to Virtual Academy.
Big hit from NC Virtual Academy to stop that first down. Great job by them. We're going to have to see. They are going on the 4th down, so they have to get the success here. They want to get that first down so they don't turn the ball over.
Oh.
And there it is, wow. And it's going to be a touchdown.
A huge risk, but it will pay off. Are you kidding me? The clutch, the ice factor here from Southwest Edgecombe to cement that 10-point lead once again. Virtual Academy reeling after that one, feeling like an opportunity slipped through their hands. They have a lot of extra work to do now. With just 6 minutes on the clock and that accelerated clock coming into play, got to start feeling the pressure.
Opting to run it, going to get taken down. So once again, that touchback may have been a better option here, but sometimes when you're behind, you feel like you maybe have to run. So maybe you can get, that 100-yard run to get that instant touchdown here, but not going to be successful on that play. So they will have to start moving up the field here. Going to fake the run, great pass, and is going to find a great first down moving the ball up the field.
Will not pause the clock though. But you got to think this has to go all the way. 5 minutes, still a lot of yards to cover. It's a great way to start though. What's the play here? Do they opt to pass it off? They will hand it off. The lateral pass comes through. The long throw to the right, and all of the fake outs here left that player wide open, and a massive yard gain for Virtual Academy.
Seeing a lot of success on that play. They've done it a couple of times, and they're finally starting to find more yardage off of it. Really good position now, 1st and 10 at around about the 33-yard line. This time they are going to hand it off for the run, but a great defensive stop coming out of Southwest Edgecombe.
Impressive tackle. That's the same player that got tackled before. Risk of injury increasing now. Got to be careful with those players. You want to make sure you keep them healthy. But here, 2nd and 9. Pressure not mounting too much yet. Another lateral pass into the wide pass. They did the same exact play they had used on the other side, this time on the left side, and find the end zone. And that's exactly what they needed here, but it's not going to be enough to take the lead. It's enough to make Southwest Edgecombe sweat, but you've got to have a successful defensive situation here. You've got to either get the interception or force the turnover in some way, shape, or form, and then get down the field once again. Here we see the long kick. It's going to be the touchback, as has been the play throughout this game.
We are finally seeing a lot of the value coming out of that field goal. They opted for it. They opted for that safe play in the first quarter, and it has allowed them to keep the lead here despite the touchdowns being traded off by both teams pretty much. They have that 3 points that are keeping them safe. So obviously very smart play by them, but now they have to make sure that they don't turn it over, that they retain possession of it for as long as possible. The throw is going to be complete, just enough to ward off any damage. Almost got sacked, and almost possible scary throw there for an interception. So great job by them minimalizing the damage there, but you'd think that they'd want to make sure they move it up a little bit. So maybe we see them checking out their plays to go with possibly a little bit of a safer play that can allow them to move up the field.
That was a scary situation. Could have been a potential interception very close to the end zone. Instead, it will be caught though. Now, what's the play? Going for the long play. No defenders in sight. And is this just going to walk straight into the end zone? That was the easiest touchdown we've seen all day.
As I said, they have been trading touchdowns at this point. And again, Southwest Edgecombe is holding the advantage with that field goal. Once again, another 10-point lead, back and forth. 4 minutes left on that play clock. Again, we've seen some success out of NC Virtual Academy, but they have to start getting these stops. We do see the kickoff. Will they opt for the touchback, or will they run it? It looks like, so they have decided, they picked me out there a good bit. I thought they were going to start running it, but good job on them making that choice. So now take your time, figure out what you want to do here to try to get that touchdown. Once again, we saw those lateral passes into throws. Having a lot of success, will we see it again?
Feels like both these teams have figured out their plays, their comfort zones on offense. This time, though, only gaining a yard. after the run is stopped short. And that player has injuries all over their body. Please take that man out of the game. Keep seeing the high injury report come up, but here we go. It will be another run, only 3 additional yards gained. And this is not feeling great for Virtual Academy. If you do not find success here, could just spell the end of the game, as Southwest Edgecombe being this close to the end zone. You have to imagine they could score again and have an insurmountable lead.
Game clock kicking down. Once again, here it is, that lateral throw into the pass. Will they be able to find it? And it looks like it's just going to be incomplete.
A little bit too far. Man's got a cannon for an arm. You look how far this ball goes past the receiver. But still have a chance. 4th and 6. This isn't feeling very good, though, if you're Virtual Academy. Do or die moment right here. Just to keep themselves alive with a chance, have to get this first down.
Dropping back, there's the throw, and it will be good. Picked up the first down right when they needed it. Good job out of NC Virtual Academy.
Massive. Had they not caught that, you have to imagine.
Actually, it was incomplete. It looked good, but it has flipped.
You're right. The 1st and 10 was for, instead, Southwest Edgecombe. So that means Virtual Academy unable to make the clutch play, and this just feels bad. You know they're going to burn as much of this clock as possible. There it is, 15 seconds disappear in an instant as the accelerated clock has kicked in. 2nd and 1, but they will absolutely take their time here. It's going to be a run. He doesn't care, though. Yes, it looks like a good defensive play, but that does mean that just guarantees more time off the clock. There it is. Clock is quickly diminishing now. They would like to have a first down here, though, so they can continue to burn the clock and guarantee their victory. It is going to be a pass. I don't know if it was enough for the first down.
He tried to tip the line. We will see in a moment. So again, still 4th and inches. You are correct. It wasn't enough. But again, they're just burning that clock down. 4th and inches, they are going to go for it. Again, if they turn it over here, they're still in good defensive position. But it's not going to matter as they get that quick throw out to get the first down.
First down just guarantees they can burn even more time off of this clock. But I tell you what, if they get this to the end zone, they will slam the door shut on this game. It would just be a little bit too much. And then just as I say that, they find it. I didn't mean to do it right now, but why not? If you can take this massive lead, you can put yourself in a position where your opponent just simply does not have enough time and enough opportunity to close the gap. I think that might just seal the deal, but did we...
So he was able to recover, so it will be on about that 11-yard line starting for Georgia. But again, when you're up by 16 points, it's not going to matter at that time. So we do see the kickoff there, and we'll have to see what they decide to do. They are going to opt to run it, try to get a couple of yards. They are going to get some pretty good yards there. But again, 1:21 left on the clock. You're down by 16 at this point. You know, you have to make some really quick plays and then get a turnover to try to get back in the game.
It's got to be all risk, all reward here, and that's why we see the Hail Mary, but it's not going to pay off, and that interception, I think, likely to be the dagger for Virtual Academy. They knew what they had to go for. I respect them for going for it, right? You don't have the option to sit back and do anything else. You've got to go for those Hail Mary touchdown plays, but when it gets turned over, Southwest Edgecombe with full control of the clock and with the game in there. Okay, they're playing with fire a little bit here, almost getting sacked in the end zone. But wow, this has been a crazy game. Wait, it was a safety, so it does turn over.
They are going to get turned over, and the flag coming out there. So NC Virtual Academy still has a mountain to climb here. With only about a minute left on that game clock, they have to make the plays here. They can't turn it over this time, so they have to be a little bit more careful. They're going to drop back again with their bread and butter play here, but they have to get it out. Getting pressured is going to go ahead.
No.
Is going to get turned over
Again.
and Well, I am sorry. I must be the caster curse today. Elias the caster blessing, as we saw Southwest Edgecombe pick up that touchdown. After that, everything I've said has been, just unfortunate for NC Virtual Academy. They needed these plays, but they've just not been successful. Great job by Southwest Edgecombe, though, forcing out those turnovers. And right now, they just have to keep burning off this clock a little bit. They're going to go for the throw, but can just kind of run it here a little bit. Good job. I like this play.
Going to run it right out, and that will pause the clock, but doesn't matter. 1st and 10. Get further down the field. I mean, the fact that it's within 14 certainly made it interesting. 2 touchdowns is the difference, but 48 seconds doesn't feel like enough. They will get even more progress down the field. They want to make this one an emphatic victory. They don't want it to just be a 14-point victory.
All right, the timeout coming out of Georgia to stop that clock and to stop a little bit of the bleeding, but with how well Southwest Edgecombe has been playing, I'm not sure they have enough time. Dropping back, going to look for a possible run here. Again, they are going to run it out of bounds. So again, just kind of burning some of that game clock while they can. 36 seconds left. We need to see a turnover from NC Virtual Academy here in order to see if they can even get back into this game.
You're exactly right. It's almost has to be a fumble into a touchdown or an interception into a touchdown, but this is so smart from Southwest Edgecombe. They know that that's what they need, so they're just going to take the safe bet. Just keep walking the ball down the field. Just walk the ball down the field. They get another 1st down, uncontested. Yeah, they're not burning as much time off, but they're also not taking the risk to open the door for Virtual Academy to potentially have any chance back into this. Here we go.
No mercy. I love it here. Make sure that you're making the plays that are needed. Get that touchdown. Seal the deal. And there it is. This game that was so back and forth between quarters number 2 and 3 have just completely turned in the tide for Southwest Edgecombe. Pun fully intended, as they are playing Alabama there, but 66-45.
Yeah, with 26 seconds. They're going to play this out, maybe get a little bit of practice on some of the other plays here, but we all know it's going to be impossible to come back from a 21-point deficit. But like you said, I mean, props to Virtual Academy. They played this game extremely well. They had a lot of fantastic highlight moments. Southwest Edgecombe just proven to be a fantastic competitor, both on offense and defense. Feels like they were able to score and stop a score in just about every possible way throughout this game. And, 19 seconds to go. Virtual Academy maybe goes for the long play to score a little bit more. Keep in mind, point differential does matter in our season in case there is a tiebreaker. So to get a few more points would certainly help them, but it's just going to be the nail in the coffin as the ball will turn over. And, I mean, at this point, the players would just be walking off the field if this was IRL. But we're going to see a couple last plays here. But, yeah, props to Virtual Academy for putting up a good fight here.
Will they make this last big play? They're going to run it up, run out a little bit more of that clock. But we see a timeout come out actually from Alabama this time. So they are going to go ahead and pick up that, maybe see if they can get one last big play of the game, or possibly just enough to finish it out here. If they can get this last touchdown, as you said, it will help with their point differential, but if not, they still pick up the win, and that's all they need. But a great throw there is going to go to him. The clock's going to run out. Can they get enough jukes? They can't, but it won't matter, as they will pick up the win, 66-45.
That's impressive. And yeah, they unfortunately not able to score a little bit more for that point differential, that potential tiebreaker, or maybe a few extra spots on the leaderboard compared to their other opponents. But these two teams pretty evenly matched. This one feels like it could have gone either way. In the end, Southwest Edgecombe proven to be just a little bit more on point in the moments that mattered.
Exactly, and you would have to think with how well NC Virtual Academy was doing in that second quarter that maybe it would have gotten to Southwest Edgecombe mentally, but give them props for staying in it. They're like, I'm not out yet. It hasn't reached 0, so let me keep fighting, and they did, and pulling back in that fourth quarter to take the win is massive for them.
Love to see the resilience. That's going to go a long way in future matches for both of these players. Cannot wait to see how they do. But on that note, let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. As we have here, take a look at the right side. We've got the most college football players in the Sandhills region. Sandhills loves themselves some college football. So we've got here North Side Onslow continuing to be a dominant force. I think last time we looked at this, they were plus 130. Now they're plus 171. That's just insane. Southwest Edgecombe now 3-0 with a 107-point differential. So we just witnessed one of the better players in the league, and we now have 6 different players that are 3-0 so far.
Yeah, and it's really starting to ramp up there, especially the 3-0s. There's a really big difference, though, between 1 and 6, as you said, in that point differential. We look down a little bit, though, to the 2-1. We see Hope County, who we saw had that great win today. Unfortunately, as it did not count for them, they are unable to get some of those points that are counted towards that to kind of start moving them up. But with plays like that, they should be able to start moving up through the series. So again, we are at that halfway point, so it is time to start turning it up a bit. If you need to, watch those draining videos to try to get that edge on your opponent with what they're putting out. And as Eli said, watch out for that VOD review and see what maybe you can learn off of it that would help your play going into the rest of the season.
If I'm one of these players, though, I recommend keeping an eye on the players in the other regions as well. Shelby High, or TBK, the winner of last season. He's looming over there in CMS, and you might not have to worry about him until you get to the state championship, but you got to start worrying about him and studying that man as well, because he will put up a difficult game for whoever matches against him. But on that note, we're going to jump into some Overwatch once we get back from this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're looking at the mothership. It is the most advanced piece of technology from an esports and STEM perspective. Input from the mayor of Charlotte, Vi Lyles. He actually needs it. Because the Love and Life Music Festival is an amazing place. The main stage VIP is even better.
I told you about the esports big rig that'll be there. What's your favorite game?
Between either Madden or 2K.
You think you'll be Bob one?
Depending on how often he plays video games. Yeah.
I got celebrated birthday with an opportunity of a lifetime. So let's go with the birthday girl right here. We made this game partnering with Epic Games in our own North Carolina. This wouldn't be possible without our boy Steve Isaacs over here from Epic Games. He brought us the partnership that made the map of the festival. The Love and Life Music Festival is about to take over.
No, you just keep going straight. You'll find the victory here. Oh, we got a short gun. We got a short gun. Short gun. Guess who's gonna win it? Let's hear you guys be alive, baby. Who did it? Who did it? Right there. Player 5. We're getting alive. Player 5. Let's go.
How cool is that? The mothership, one of the coolest things ever created, in my opinion. I mean, it's literally a LAN center on wheels. So cannot wait for you guys to be able to check that out at some point in time. But for now, we're going to get refocused back into our daily matches. We've got Overwatch. The first match is going to be Lee County versus Durham School of the Arts. Both these teams, I think, some of the better teams in our Sandhills region. You excited for this one, Chris?
I am very excited. You know, I love me some Overwatch. I'm excited to see where the teams start going here now that we've seen some meta start developing between the players that we've seen. So we'll have to see how we take that going forward. But we're going to have to see what teams are going to start distancing some from the other teams as well in the league. So we'll have to start moving. But let's go ahead and jump into this first match of the day.
All right, so we are taking a look at Samoa. Love this map. Love the island vibes on the beach. Look at the thatched rooftops of these structures here. And this is a fun arena for our opponents to get into. What I'm excited to see more of is Mr. Swagboy123, as he was the one producing some of the most exciting gameplay that we saw in week 1. Can he have the same level of success against the maybe more competitive Lee County High? We'll have to see.
We are touring the island here at the moment, seeing the sights, as you said, seeing the nice, lovely map that we have in front of us. Of course, we all have to wait for that clock to count down before we start seeing who is picking what in their comp here. So as we do that, you know, we saw a lot of Reinhardt, a lot of Junkrat coming out, but it looks like we're going to switch more. I actually see Wrecking Ball, so we will see the hamster out this time. Diva actually being picked up on the side of Durham School of the Arts as well, swapping between that Echo and the Soldier 76, so it looks like they're going to stick with the Echo going forward here. But both teams looking pretty similar to what we saw last week, but we do actually see a Genji out of Lee County this time.
Genji, one of my favorite champions to watch. I am surprised to not see any Soldier on the screen here, as he's been a massive pick on the DPS side across a majority of our games. I think one of the most meta DPS characters that we see. So this will be interesting. Very curious to see these compositions looking a little bit different from what we're used to seeing here.
There's the Widowmaker sniping, seeing if they can find some early damage, but the Winston jumping across and throwing down that bubble, saying, I dare you to keep going, is going to force the Wrecking Ball back to assist their teammate a little bit. And right now we see both teams just kind of see if they can get that first kill to get more of an advantage over it. But wow, great job by the Echo to move around there from the side and get that first kill onto the Widowmaker over there.
We see 2 down on both sides, so early fight here. Make it 4 down, though, for Lee County. This might just be a team kill early on. Gonna have to get through Mr. Hamster Ball himself. It looks like it's a guarantee at this point, so yes, Durham School of the Arts with a strong opening and will be first to strike.
We saw a actually 4-person overhaul on the comp. Actually now make that 5 as we see the Doomfist coming out of Lee County. So they said, well, that didn't work. Let's go ahead and swap it up before our ult timers get too high there. So they are going to allow them to move over onto some different characters. We see a Bastion coming out as well as the Doomfist, as I said, to try to get on there. But Doomfist getting hacked up is going to have to take some damage and move back. But great control coming out of Durham School of the Arts right now. Again, getting kill after kill from it. The Winston ultimate is going to be online. Who do they decide to use it yet? Nope, not yet, as they don't really need that much damage. But there it goes. He's going to start swinging out, knocking everyone around, getting the kills back and forth. And great job, Durham School of the Arts out here in these opening first percentages of the map.
Feels like Durham School of the Arts just simply in better positions a lot of the time. We saw some good damage coming out from Shade on the Bastion, but got caught off guard between multiple members of Durham. Durham just going to shut them down in a hurry, and wouldn't you know it, right where he left off last time, Swag Boy, 1, 2, 3, a 10-player kill streak. We saw multiple 10-player kill streaks on him the first time we were on his screen. This player really starting to shine in our region.
Really doesn't matter what tank they are on, they are going to get those kills regardless. Almost a DPS at this point with the amount of kills that they're getting.
Seriously.
Great job utilizing the melees as well as the weapon, so great job by them. We do see the Sombra and the Echo with both of their ultimates online at the moment. Gonna have to find a good use of it. Will they get the hack off here? It looks like they're trying to get behind everyone. There's the invisibility. They're trying to get behind and see if they can get that big massive ult to help out their team. Will they be able to find it? Almost looking for it, trying to see if they can get it, but looks like it's not going to matter just yet as the team is getting kill after kill. 99% already in
15.
that overtime.
15-player kill streak now for Winston. Swag Boy is incredible. This is just complete domination for this first point. It did not feel like Lee County had a chance in that one. They have to find an answer here. He's the tank. He's not the DPS. He got 15 in one point. That is incredible.
What we've really seen out of Swag Boy is being able to get onto these tanks that can really get into the faces of those DPS and the other members of the opposing team. That allows them to get in there and just get the damage off. But you have to commend his team for, you know, keeping him topped off, keeping him healed up, and allowing him to get that damage off, because without them, he would just die. He'd be like a monkey in the water and just falling apart there. Again, we see another swap in the comp from the side of Lee County. They're moving, again, the characters over. We see the Sigma coming out on the offense, the Cassidy coming out, and the Fair coming out for the DPS. So we have to wonder if they have something that they can stick to that could be their bread and butter. On the other side, School of the Arts, as they're moving forward, have decided to swap over to the Diva as well as the Torbjorn. So we do see some other swaps as well. Both of these teams coming out swinging, but can Durham School of the Arts keep their momentum?
If I'm on the side of Durham, I am watching how often the opposition is changing their champions, and it almost feels like they're a bit nervous. They're trying to find something that works, but like you said, they need to get comfortable in a specific composition. They need to be on their main champions. If you're up against a team that is, in theory, stronger than you, you should probably play what you're most comfortable with. So I'd like to see less swaps on the side of Lee County.
And there it is. They are finding more success with this comp so far. The Sigma actually coming out swinging. The Moira as well is going to be able to heal as well as do some of those debuffs to help out their team. So good job by them, able to capture the second point, and we already see them at 20%. So good job on that. But again, on Durham School of the Arts, they have decided to swap. We do see the Winston coming back out. So will they be able to find more success on that from Swag Boy, as he's back on that monkey that gave him so much success in the first place, and
just
right back in it.
Jumps in their face and hits them with the left hook. I mean, I would not want to be hit by this man on your screen, and he is just in their face right now in a 5-kill streak out of nowhere. It's almost like he was sandbagging on the first tank he picked. I'm just going to say it, because as soon as he gets back on Winston, the entire tables have turned.
5-kill streak, as you said. No time right back into it. They get recontrol of the point. Now back at 12% to the 41. So Lee County, though, do have some time to get back. They'll have to try to get those ultimate timers up, as we do see about 65% on the Sigma, 84% on the Brigitte. Can they get those ups? But Torbjorn taken out automatically there, though.
That's not what you want to see. If you're the team on offense, to go down first, to be the team that gets picked first is almost a death sentence, guaranteeing the other team will likely get a lot more percentage on the point, as we see Swag Boy not afraid to just jump past the point, get in their face. The rest of the team has shown up as well. It's going to get this. He is stunned for just a moment, but the ultimate is going a little bit crazy here. Winston unable to be taken down.
And again, that ultimate coming out so clutch for them and finding kills right out the back. Look at that. They still have 3 ults on the side of Durham School of the Arts that haven't had to been used yet. So again, they're just forcing them into their base. They're just kind of spawn trapping them here.
And then as soon as he takes damage and has less help, immediately disengages. The player is so aware of his limits, knowing exactly how long he can harass before he must leave the engagement. Love to see that. Swag Boy really making things difficult right now, but this is a good answer back for Lee County. For the moment, they do get a slay, lose one in the process. They need to get more, though, if they want a chance to contest and stop this second point.
All right, Sigma trying to do his best, but his teammate is falling left and right. They finally find a kill there, but it's not going to matter too much as the percentage is still popping up. Flag Boy finally taken out by that Reaper. Maybe that's enough for them to get back on the point, but 95%. They have to get onto it as soon as possible here. Sombra doing a good job of using that invisibility and vulnerability to get back onto the point. They're finally going to fall, and Torbjorn using that ult to pick up a couple of kills is going to allow them to stay on the point. 99% here. They should be able to close it out, and point number 2 taken for Durham School of the Arts.
Shout out to the Observer for the nice pan back here as we get a nice look at it. The Lee County, they struck pretty strong at the beginning of that second point. They're going to have to come out with that level of success again. But, I mean, play of the game, are we surprised that it's Swag Boy? I mean, look at this, just jumping in. This is as soon as he switched on to Winston after Lee County had such a strong opening, and he just shut it down in an instant, getting all 5 kills by himself, and that's incredible.
Again, just the knowledge of the tanks that he is able to show us is just so nice to see. He's able to get in there, allow his team to get that advantage by just being in the face of the opponent. They're unable to do anything against him. He really knows how to play it out. But then on the opposite side, you see the rest of his team following up with his aggression and able to assist him so that they can get the win. And right now, you have to really wonder, you know, what they're going to decide to do into the next game. How is, you know, Lee County really going to be able to combat against this aggression?
It's going to be tough. They got to shut down Swag Boy. But like you said, we are talking a lot about him as the standout tank here, but it's a lot about his team around him. Like you said, the healers keeping him at full HP, the DPS players covering the outside area so that he does have those openings to move in. So, I mean, if you're on the side of Lee County, I think you've got to maybe try to isolate the healers first, take them out of the equation, and then Swag Boy is going to be a little bit easier to get that HP off later on in the team fight. But it sounds like we have game 2 ready. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we go. This is Colassio into the next match. This was the push. Got to get the robot to as far as you can if you can push it further than the opposition, then this robot moves a lot faster than the payload, I've noticed. So still learning Overwatch a little bit. So I'm going to have Chris to lean on through most of this. But this was a very fun game type from what I could tell. It seems like the teams that work better and team fight around the robot better are going to have a very high success rate.
Again, you do have to remember for this mode, unlike the payload, if you do get it to the end point, the game is over. So you have to be careful. You don't want to step off of it and allow the opponent to move it to that end point as quick as possible. So you have to really play as a team. As you said, you have to make sure that if you die, though, and your team is game wiped, maybe just step back a little bit, retreat, tactical retreat, and link up with them so they can't allow the enemy to push it too far here. But we are getting a nice pan of this area. We do see once again the wrecking ball being picked up for Swag Boy, though, and again the Genji being picked up on the side of Lee County. We kind of saw a similar comp for them at the beginning. They pick up some of these heroes that have a little bit of higher mobility at the beginning and then swap off, so we'll have to see if they decide to keep it. But 2 wrecking balls. This time we do see the Soldier 76 coming out of school, Durham School of the Arts.
Very interesting team lineups here as the hamster is out on both teams. Wrecking ball being put into play here. Going to make sure that this player is on the correct spectator real quick for you guys. And then we should be jumping back into that one. But are there any champions that you're specifically interested to see as we get into these games, Chris?
I am really interested in seeing how well they do with the Soldier 76. It is a really close quarter, so they are able to get some of the projectile splash damage from one of their abilities out there. But of course, hit scan just so easy to hit in these close quarter fights. But again, we see Swag Boy just going in on this wrecking ball, just kind of wreaking havoc against the enemy team. And once again, they're just kind of pushing them back. He's all on his own while his team pushes the robot.
He has so much confidence. He knows that if he does start to take damage, his character's tanky enough that he can just exit if necessary. But to just be in their face and harassing in that way makes it so much easier for his teammates to completely manage the situation. As we see another 5-kill streak. Is this his best character? I think it might be.
It might be. Look at him just going in. Look, I love this. He goes right after the healers on the enemy team, knowing that the rest of his team is trying to push up and stop or contest on that robot push, and he just uses the abilities to get in behind them, get onto those healers, knowing that they can't contest versus him because of the health difference, and just kills them while the rest of his team kills the tanks and the healers. I mean, the DPS is such a good game plan out of them right now, and Lee County has not been able to find a counter.
It almost feels like he's like, don't worry, guys, I got this. Just hang out with the robot for a bit. I'm just going to go get in their face and make their life difficult, and that's exactly the name of the game. Close quarters situation breaking out inside one of the buildings, but it's now a 10-player kill streak. Someone needs to deal with this hamster before it gets out of control. His movement has been impeccable. He's able to weave in and out of these situations. As soon as he takes damage, repositions. Now he might have bit off a little more than he can chew. No, still able to find the escape route and gets the heal off, and now will re-enter the battle. And his management of offense versus defense is so impressive.
And also I want to know, they're really being able to utilize the map. As you can see, every time they, make a rotation around the map, they go around where all the health packs are, knowing that their healers may not be able to help them, but there, he jumps right into them, knocks them up, and it's just firing away there. Once again, rolls right back into them and saying, oh, you're all alone. Your healers aren't really able to help you at the moment. We do see the May trying to do their best, but again, he just kills the Ashe right away.
May is trying to ice herself out of this one to survive, and I mean, Wrecking Ball does not care. Constantly just dealing the damage, comes back. It's going to get the melees off as well. The shots are always so accurate. Shield going to keep that player alive for now, but for how long?
We do see the
pressure is too strong.
Coming out, doing a lot of damage. Did the Wrecking Ball drop the minefield? Not yet, so they're only going to opt to use that one amount, just the one ult, and we see 2 more come online, so now a total of 3 on the side of Durham School of the Arts, and they're just going at it. Sombra getting a couple kills, Swag Boy finishing up another, and they're pushing this payload, trying to get it past the first checkpoint there. Looks like they are finally able to move it a little bit. They have 3 ults mirrored on the 3 side of Lee County, so Lee County is really going to need to find a stop here.
Lee County need to find an answer right now. This has been so heavily on the side of Durham. It's been mostly off the back of this man. Like the tricky grapple plays, also just making it so difficult for his opponents to read his movement, running these players over. Gonna also run into the ice wall, but just gonna go around it with the extra momentum. Gonna change targets. His target selection and maneuverability, so impressive.
Do you have to be a little bit careful, as a couple of his teammates were taken out? Does drop the minefield right around the
Just
robot.
pushing him around.
Oh, at this point, you're right. It just doesn't matter. The Moira ultimate going to come out, but they're trying to use so much on just him, and it's just not enough. Forcing him back will allow them to be able to push the robot back a little bit further towards that first checkpoint. Getting it past that one, we do see the May ult is online, so will they opt to use that freeze? But again, right now, so much distance has been covered by Durham. They can just kind of move out the time here at this point and not worry about it.
I think you're exactly right calling it out. Swagboy just intentionally burning the resources of Lee County while his teammates are coming off spawn and have a chance to re-enter the fight. Just been so impressed. They were able to move the robot, but just like that, because he wasted so much of their resources, Durham have no problem at all winning the next team fight, and now they're pushing it back in the other direction. So good to burn those resources.
Good hack into the kill from the Sombra there on fire, as you can see on the right hand side there, doing so good. Still has that ult up, and we do see through ults across to the healers having those ults, which means that they're going to have a lot of utility on the next push when they decide to go in. They are going to get hacked. As you can see, those spells are offline. Has to be really careful. Are they going to opt to use the ult? There it is. We see them trying to get some of those punches out, able to find 2 kills. So great job by the Lee County tank to pick up a couple of those while the ult was active. Will they be able to find any more? Trying to find it on the Swag Boy, but looks like just not going to be enough in the end there, as it should finish. There it is. It has finally finished. So, but good job. Some utilization out of that ultimate. Still 2 on the side of Durham. Visor at about 90%, so that should be coming out fairly soon. Right now, Lee County just really needs to find a way to get it pushed past the starting point and into the side of Durham so they can get some of that distance covered. But every time they do, they just run into Swag Boy.
He is a problem on the map to be dealt with, absolutely. Does look like he's taking some damage now, but you're exactly right. The county just need more progress, but it's not going to happen. Soldier 76 truly with a lot of slays of his own, and that's going to be a clean team kill. And when Lee County look to have some momentum to move the robot a little bit further, it's ultimately going to be stopped short, and they're running out of time.
And it's just so unfortunate when you have to use your ultimate cooldowns on defense there, because it stops that push from coming out. And then you see Soldier 76 using the visor to get kills. His teammate's going to come out there. Swag Boy getting the kill on the Mercy. She's so squishy. Has to be careful when he's in the back line there. He does have the minefield, so it looks like he'll most likely try to pop it soon so they can get some more damage coming out. May, though, having to use that ice to keep herself filled up, but he says it doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the rest of the team. Gets the minefield out and is going to start trying to get some damage out as the rest of his team is trying to catch up to him.
His decision making has been so impressive. Obviously his accuracy and just the level of gameplay we're witnessing from this player has been phenomenal, but just getting all the way to the back line, getting all behind the opponents, that just opens the door for his teammates to take the front line. Now with perfect shots on the May, she's forced into the ice, and she's going to be doing her best to maybe try to freeze this Wrecking Ball, but I think she's a little bit too squishy. She's going to go down here with just a few more shots. She finally does go down, and Sombra and Wrecking Ball proving to be an impressive duo together.
We get the hack off, and it's going to get that kill. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the brilliance of that May ultimate, though. Able to get 2 kills off of it, but ultimately fell to the Sombra and Wrecking Ball. As you said, we do have 2 ults on the side of Lee County, so they're going to have to use these fairly soon to try to get some push-up. We have about maybe less than a minute here, about a to go before that time goes out. Or
35?
That is crazy.
A 35 kill streak? Are you kidding me? I'm a Halo player, and that's a nightmare medal and more if you get 35 in a row. Swagboy being an absolute menace on the map, and he is not done yet. I mean, is he just having himself a ball, pun intended? He's literally having the time of his life right now.
He is rolling his way to victory, as we see right now. They're trying to get this final bit of the push to try to finish out the game. But again, his decision making is so good. He's just rolling round and round, using those boxes to his advantage and getting back into the team. Even though the Lee County's able to find the individual kills, it's not enough if you don't take this guy down. Good sleep out of the Anna on to the enemy tank there. So the visor gonna be online but not used, and is it gonna matter though? This wrecking ball is staying on the point, saying I'm gonna finish this out. There it is. The clock is ticking down. As we see, we are under a minute. Finally they're able to move it back, but it just doesn't matter at this point. They have an uphill battle, and can they kill this wrecking ball as he's hiding behind the wall?
It just feels like as soon as he takes any damage, like any meaningful damage, he just rolls away. Yeah, sorry, can't take me out. Finds the health pack, comes right back. I feel like if you're on the other side of Lee County, you've got to start like almost waiting for him to approach the health packs. Like, I don't even know how to answer this. Like, look at this. This is just so hard to play against. Is he just hunting them down? You cannot run away.
These are the things nightmares are made of for players. They're going to be dreaming about this hamster rolling them down. There it is. Time is ticking away. About 5 seconds left before the end. And with Lee County not have pushed as much as the side of Durham, if they get off this point in overtime, it will be over. But there it is. Wrecking Ball saying, I'm not going to let you get there. And asleep. It's not going to matter as the rest of his team is cleaning up the remaining Lee County players. He's on this healer. Going to probably take them down. There it is. The tank may be the last one left. And it should be about the end here. Unless, yep, it will be the finishing play for the side of Durham School of the Arts.
I wish, Chris, that there was a stat page, because I'm pretty sure this man just went like 46-1 or something this game. I mean, play of the game. Is there any question? Who gave this hamster caffeine? He is all over the place right now. This hamster is way over caffeinated. I mean, look at the screen of this player as well. Just perfect accuracy, tracking the player through the air, flying through the sky at times, dropping on their heads. I mean, what can you even do against that, Chris? Like, what's the counter when a player is that dominant?
Not much from what we saw there. I mean, it would have had to have been perfect play out of the side of Lee County. They would have really had to tighten up as a team to take him out. The issue is just that he can play on his own, but the four from Durham School of the Arts play so well around each other as well, is that they don't allow any room for Lee County to get back into it. They have complete faith in their tank, and he has complete faith in them, and has led them to the victory today.
They are looking like they're going to be hard to beat this season. I cannot wait to see once they match up in some of the later stages. I feel like they're guaranteed playoffs. I mean, from what we just witnessed, how could they possibly not make it to the playoffs with a player that dominant? So shout out to Swag Boy. I cannot wait to see what else you do in the season. But for now, let's go ahead and jump to another break. After the break, we'll get into some more Overwatch.
This is my first time owning like a newer generation PC because, like I said, I had a Windows 98 that was like, oh yeah, we got Adobe Flash and that's it. You want World of Warcraft? No, but we can probably give you Wizard 101. But I'm excited because they've been talking to me about the STEM projects, and this can run Unreal Engine 5. Dante White, and I grew up in a forest mostly. For about the first 8 years of my life, we lived in what we called it the bottom because the entire area was encroached by trees. We had a lot of natural growing things there, berries, tomatoes, lettuce. It was good. So I was outside a lot for most of my early life. The first time I really got into using electronics and stuff like that, my brother got a PlayStation 2 with him and his uncle. And then like at school, we would go on like computer lab, and that's when I started getting into like the Flash stuff around the 2010s, 2015, Newgrounds. And I liked it, I really did. I've been here for about, I guess, a month because I joined like when they came for the lunchroom and introduced everyone. And I participated in a tournament. I had fun. It was my first time doing something like esports related instead of just watching on TV. I really like music as a hobby. I've been trying to make music, and I think I could use this to use better software because the GPU won't overheat and then explode in my face. I'm thinking about going to college to get an engineer's degree, start building robotics and stuff like that, maybe get into AI. They're really supportive, they're trying to help out, and they really want to get people there. And they make you feel included. It's a really outgoing community, and I think VESL's doing a great job of being good to new people and old people. You have a good platform for people who are like probably busy or doing other stuff because it is just hop in, talk, play, and hop out.
Love that. Definitely get involved with VESL.gg. So many cool things going on there. Experiences to be had like we saw in that testimonial, but also, you know, there's ways to win prizes as well. Do the meme of the week. Me and Andy, if you guys get to watch the weekly recap, we're watching and taking a look at all your memes. We're watching your clips. We're taking a look at everything. There's always a STEM check-in as well. So make sure you're keeping up to date with all things on that side. But we've got more Overwatch action. We just saw an extremely impressive performance from the tank player of Durham School of the Arts. It's going to be hard to top that, but I think we have another very intense matchup here. It's going to be North Carolina Virtual Academy versus Cumberland Polytech. Can't wait to jump into this one. Let's go ahead and get into game number one. And once again, we are back on Samoa. Another look through here. All of our observers like to kind of stroll through the map for you, let you take a look at what's going on here. I always like to look at some of the little small details on the map that maybe don't get looked at very much in the heat of battle. There's little things on the map that you can appreciate at this point in time before the chaos ensues. Is this one of your more preferred maps to play on here, Chris?
It is of the newer maps for Overwatch 2. It's a lot of fun. A really nice, bright-looking map as well. Really good points when you're going to control the point. As we can see out here, a little bit of fishing in boats out there. So good job on the observer for showing us around. But again, I'm really interested to see what the comps will see. Last time we saw the Wrecking Ball wreak havoc across it, but this time it looks like it might be a little more standard across it. We do see a Sigma on the side of Cumberland Polytech with that Junk Rat and Lucio. On the opposite side, though, we are going to see the Ash. So we haven't seen too much of Ash, but of course Bob is always a great addition to the team once you get that ultimate coming up. A lot of fun to see as well. So we'll have to see both of these teams going in it, see how they decide to go about this, because we saw a really aggressive team last time coming out of Durham School of the Arts. We'll have to see how these two teams go about it, but here we go right into it and see who can get that first control over point number one.
We see the Mago has the guns out, ready to go in. Guns blazing. Not going right to the front line like a traditional tank. Gonna approach this one a little bit slow and steady. I like this. Might as well deal some opening damage before you jump right into the fray. You want to make sure the whole team is ready to follow up on any openings you might produce as the tank.
Has to be a little bit careful though. Actually going right after the Junkrat, I like this, finding them on their lonesome. Has to be careful with those bombs dropping after death though. Good job noticing that, going straight in. Going after the Sigma though. Sigma's going to back up, has that little shield out, but it's not going to protect them if they get past it. So good job so far by NC Virtual Academy getting into this. We do see them almost picking up the point there. Can they finally get it? Trying to take out that Immortal Field. Will be able to do that. Gets back to his team to get healed up, and they should be able to take the point. We see about 5 to the 13 of Cumberland there, so they were able to take it back fairly quick.
Yeah, we see Maga backing up, recognizing things are getting a little bit dicey. You would have liked to see the teammates fall back with them. Once your tank is out of the equation, that means that it's going to be a lot easier for you to take damage as a squishier player. So we did see Virtual Academy lose a couple players in the process. Cumberland Polytech taking an early lead here, but now coming off the respawn, Virtual Academy trying to change the tides here.
Currituck and Sigma do have those ultimates online now, so they do have a bit of advantage. They were able to take back the point in all that chaos, and now are at about 40%, so good job on them getting a couple of those kills and forcing that NC Virtual Academy tank back while he was in the fray. So we do see them going straight in, throwing out the barrier so they can stop some of that damage coming out from the high ground, as you see them on the low ground on this point, having to take a little bit of damage, but still has that ult. We'll most likely want to find as many as possible when it comes in though. Reaper though trying to get behind, trying to destroy the trap so they don't take too much damage. Ooh, we do see the Soul Dynasty coming out from them though, so good throwback to the Overwatch League there from them. Sigma Ultimate coming out is going to find a couple of them. Will they find any follow-up damage, as we do have ultimates on the Junkrat, Currituck, and Baptiste. They're trying to find as much damage as possible. 95% on this Reaper is going to have to get out though. Has to be a little bit careful. 5 ultimates on the side of NC Virtual Academy, so now might be a good time for them to throw those out to try to get control of the point, as they are at 88% on the side of Cumberland.
Okay, ultimate on the side of Junkrat here. Will the wheel come out? Looks like he thought about it for a moment, but doesn't need to use it just yet. Looks like you're going to use the mine to reposition. And now, like you said, just a little bit of time left, but the Virtual Academy at least contesting for now.
Death Lotus and Currituck ult have been used to pick up some kills there. Overtime is being forced by the members of NC Virtual Academy. Rip Tire is still online. Bob being thrown out there will find a kill onto the Baptiste. Currituck and the rest of the team able to find a couple. They may not even need to use this Rip Tire here, as they are able to pick up the first point of the game.
Just held on to it, maybe saving it for next game, as they say. But yeah, ultimately did not need to use it. Still able to secure the first point, and always love to be the first to strike. Can Virtual Academy answer back? Keep this one interesting. Looks like we're going to stay on the Junkrat for now, but is there anything that you thought Virtual Academy could have done differently to maybe give themselves a better chance in that first round?
They have to make sure that the deaths aren't staggered as much. They were kind of dying, you know, one after another, trying to go in and not really utilizing their team to the fullest advantage that they had. So, you know, if you're going to die, back up a little bit, try to move back as a team. They had 5 ults at one time, so they're kind of saving them up. You know, sometimes you just have to use them, you know, one at a time to really gain an advantage and not really keep them for what would be the most optimal time, but a time that can, you know, kind of get you ahead. So we'll have to see if they can do that here. This time it is a little bit more of a secluded area, as you see a lot of walls around can help them ward off damage. So we'll have to see, but wow, Junkrat taking a lot of damage, having to use those mines to get back. Gonna pick up that health pack to stay topped off. Sigma though coming back in, picking up where they left off, doing a lot of damage, throwing down that barrier to ward off some of the damage coming out from those projectiles. A lot of damage onto this tank. Yes, be careful as he's getting flanked a little bit, but the Immortal Field gonna come out and help save him there.
Okay, Maga's got the guns out, overheating just a little bit, gets stunned as well, and now in the middle of everything, tries to use the charge to get out of battle, but it's not going to be enough. When he goes down, the rest of the team is going to get pushed very quickly. Cumberland Polytech have control of the point and are comfortable just pushing Virtual Academy away for now.
And this is what I was talking about. They're having these staggered deaths. You know, sometimes it's good to just run away, get back to that spawn point with the team. But when you have people dying like this to where they're not coming up all at the same time, you know, it forces your team to stay back later. And on these points where you have the percentages ticking up, that's just more and more for the enemy team to get. They're also getting their ultimates charged up quicker when they're getting that damage dealt as well. So you have to be careful with that. As we see multiple in that 70 percentage there, but great job out of the side of NC Virtual Academy to finally pick up a kill.
That's a big kill to get right now as well. And the Maga stays alive. Healer's able to get him back at least a half HP right now, taking the front line, not scared at all. Looks like Sigma trying to hold the forces back, uses the ultimate. Great placement on that ultimate, but I'm not sure exactly what the end result was. Looks like was not able, actually was able to secure a couple slays on the side of Virtual Academy.
Great kills on the side of Cumberland from that gravity field, throwing them up, then throwing them back down. Curituck gonna finish off the tank there. Says, I may be a healer, but I still got some damage. Ash trying to do their best, but is gonna end up getting sniped out from that Junkrat. So once again, great job from Cumberland. They are just in such a big driving position here with a massive advantage going into this. 76% and counting up. 2 ultimates online to the 2 on the side of NC Virtual Academy, keeping them in their field there. Death Lotus online as well, so he'll try to find a flank to get in there and use that against the opposing team. It might be here. There it is. Massive ult, but gonna be stopped by that wall. So good job from NC Virtual Academy to use the environment to their advantage. But finally, the Riptire coming out. Can they find a kill with it? Looks like they are onto that Ash, so the DPS are going down. Great job by Cumberland Polytech to once again force the overtime, and great job picking up point number 2.
That was an impressive display from Cumberland Polytech. It just felt like the members of Virtual Academy maybe getting caught out a little bit too early in a lot of these engagements. And if you go down early, that means your team is fighting a man down. And it's so difficult in Overwatch. If all 5 of you can stay alive throughout the fight and you're just in the fight for long enough to output damage, but then you're staying near cover close enough to stay alive. As we see the play of the game here coming out from Virtual Academy, from the Saturn player. And the DPS was strong from Saturn. I think maybe if they can step it up, and if they were able to get the play of the game in a loss, that tells me that they are a strong enough player to maybe step it up and pull their team back into this one in game number 2. But like you said, the staggered deaths really being the tail of that game. If they can tighten that up and keep each other alive in the team fights, and then also be more patient on their re-entry into the fight so they can be more coordinated, I think they could actually come out on top, because they had some good moments this game.
They did, and again, what we do like to see, it is the best of 3, so the maps are going to change. Maybe NC Virtual Academy, they just didn't have the best of the time on that control map. So we'll have to see how they go into the next one, which will be push. So maybe they'll find more success on it. Of course, some teams are always better on some maps than others, and that's why we have the variety that we do.
You're exactly right. Game number 2 going to be Colosio push. And sounds like we are ready. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Okay, love this map. Beautiful design. Got the Italian vibes. Got some statues here. I'd like taking a look at the backdrop here. I mean, just look at the skyline. You see it's a futuristic Italy as you see the cars zooming through the Hyperloop, whatever that is. Not sure, but absolutely stunning map here.
Probably feeling some of those Halo vibes, as you said, over there looking at that. But also really nice music, as we heard a little bit before this as well, coming out. And as we can see, once again, this is going to be the robot pushing both ways. If they hit the endpoint, the team will win. So of course you have to make sure that you get the furthest distance push as possible within the time, or push it all the way. Again, Cumberland Polytech up 1-0. It's going to stick to a similar comp of what they had. We do see the Sigma Junkrat and Curituck coming out. Looks like we might have a change up on the healers as the map has changed. Sometimes you do want to change that comp up a little bit. Soldier 76, Sombra, Curituck, Baptiste on the side of NC Virtual Academy, along with that tank. He did so well actually in the earlier map, but unfortunately the Hamster did a little bit better. We do see Nova is going to be on that Sombra here. I like the skin, so we'll have to see how they decide to do going into this map.
Okay, it looks like Reaper still the pick on this side. See if they can have a little bit more success in that Death Lotus. We saw them kind of not choosing the best positioning to use it in the last match. Got to be more mindful of the walls around you before you activate an ultimate like that. But first team fight breaking out here. And Sigma trying to push these players back.
We see the hack coming out, but Saturn, who did well on that Sojourn last, is swapped over to Soldier 76, actually finding some success on it this time, picking up that kill. Looks like they are able to finally get the push a little bit, as we see on that top movement from the robot. We do see NC Virtual Academy actually taking the lead on map number 2.
That's a strong start, especially coming off of a loss. You know, a lot of players maybe get demoralized, but that's clearly not the case for Virtual Academy. Liking the way they are coming out hot. If they can hold on to this momentum, could potentially force a game 3. It is quite early to say, but already got 30 meters on the robot.
Looking up, they are finally gonna fall there on the Reaper, so they're getting forced back. And once now, it is actually the side of NC Virtual Academy who is staggering out the deaths on the side of Cumberland Polytech. The ultimate online for Sigma, but hasn't been able to find a use of it just yet, as the rest of his team are falling one-on-one. There it is, the gravity field coming out, lifting them and throwing them back down, but it looks like they weren't able to find any success off of it. So unfortunately for them, not able to find anything. Visor online for the Soldier 76 hasn't had to use it quite yet, as they've found a lot of kills without it so far. Cumberland Polytech finally finding the kill onto the Sombra, forcing NC Virtual Academy back just a little bit. But again, they've been able to push it a little bit farther, so right now they do have the advantage. They're trying to find that flank area for it. There, the Reaper is going to get found out from the Soldier 76, force him back, so great job on that read. And we do have the ultimates coming out of NC Virtual Academy now, helping them start pushing back forward again. Great job by them so far, getting 3 kills onto the side of Cumberland Polytech.
Saturn, I love the way he's playing this back line. So much cover, just trusting that his teammates will hold the attention while they sit back and output massive amounts of damage. That's been the difference maker so far in this game. We had pointed out how they were dying a bit too early at times in game number 1, but now Saturn positioning himself so effectively to just constantly output damage. That's another unanswered slay here, and they will continue to do so as they pick up another. This is looking like a potential 5 or 10 kill streak here.
Great job on that hit scan player. Oh, finally gonna fall to the Junker Queen. So we do see that swap out from Cumberland Polytech there. We are starting to see them get their ultimates online. Finally, the Rift Tower online, but still 4 on the side of NC Virtual Academy. Have not had to use those yet. Probably going to look for an opportune moment to try and maybe get that final push to use it at the end. Junker Queen, though, coming out really strong, picking up another kill. The Death Blossom is going to be online, as well as the Rift Tower. So both of them very strong DPS ults as well. If Junker Queen can get hers, then she's just going to become a force to be reckoned with that axe coming out. So finally seeing some backwards push for the side of Cumberland Polytech, and finally get some meters on their edge here. There it is. The ultimate is going to come out in a second. Nope, they don't actually have to use it, as they're able to get the kill before needing it.
That's a big pickup as well, because we saw how much damage Saturn was doing in that last play. So to take Saturn out that early in this engagement from the Junker Queen means that Cumberland Polytech can more comfortably advance. Now, looks like the Junkrat trying to take the outside lane here. Going to use the jump here to get back into the mix. See if they can find any value here. Does have the tire online. Will it come out though?
All right, hack, so they can't use it just yet. Still opting to use those basic abilities instead. And they're going to use the Lotus to get up, but going to get killed before that, as Saturn, once again, just doing so good on that Soldier 76. Had the ult come out a little bit earlier to help them get a couple of kills. And finally going to get a kill on that Junker Queen. So once again, we see the robot moving back. So far, it is going to be 66.5 meters to the 38 of Cumberland Polytech. So again, they're still not in any sort of danger just yet, as they have the higher percentage moved on that robot so far. Again, they're going to be met with the opposition here. Can they finally move out? Good hack on to the Junker Queen. It's going to help them get the kill onto the healer though, so that is one healer out. See them moving in and out with those invulnerabilities, doing a good job. Will they find the big hack? But we do hear the Currituck ult coming out, met with the Rip Tire. So can they find any kills on the side of Cumberland? It looks like not.
Been really impressed with Dr. Al Strange here on the Sombra. Just the movement, weaving in and out of the engagements, finding these targets, isolated, using that fast SMG damage output. Almost takes that player down as well, but they are able to escape for now. But the ability for Dr. Al to just go in and out, weaving in and out of these situations where a lot of players would have already been taken off the battlefield. So very impressed with him so far.
Great job blocking the lane a little bit there, but a big fight ensuing is gonna die.
Oh.
Death Blossom picking up 2 for the side of Cumberland Polytech. So right now they are in the advantage with 5 people. Actually make that 4-2-2 on the side of NC Virtual Academy. Can they finish off? No, actually they get taken down. It might be a turn here for the side of NC Virtual Academy.
Bit of an overextension there from the Reaper player, maybe having a little bit too much confidence in their ability to take to the shadows and stealth their way out. They will be taken down early, but that's also because of the Ramatra taking them out so easily. I think they've had a bit more success on this tank. On the side of NC Virtual Academy, they still maintain the lead. They've got 72-38. Junker Queen, though, trying to change that conversation.
The Mercy giving her the heals to get her top back up. They need to start finding some push. There's only about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here. 3 ultimates up on the side of NC Virtual Academy. They're trying to find as much damage as possible. Junker Queen finally has her online. Looks like she is not going to opt. There it is. She comes out to get into, but it's not going to be able to find anyone. The Mercy trying to do her best to stick to her, but they're finally finding some kills. It may have given her team enough space to find the kills on the enemy team. There it is. They are going to be able to pick up 3, make that 4 here in a second. And great job out of Cumberland Polytech.
Insane team fight there. Junker Queen just having all the faith in the world in her healers, keeping her alive, taking the front line and dealing so much damage. Gets a 5-player streak in the process. Knife goes out. It's going to come right back. And now Virtual Academy, the ones that have to slow this push down if they want to maintain their lead. Robot does not need to move too much further for Cumberland Polytech to take the lead.
They're looking for it, but we do see the ults coming out from the side of NC Virtual Academy to assist them here. They still have the Sombra and the Currituck, so that will help them out with the hack and utility and heals as well. They do get the kill onto the Reaper, so he's going to fall. They're going to wait on that. We do have 3 on the side up. Oh, actually another one. So it looks like Ramada is going to be able to get some damage onto that Junker Queen and take her out. Sombra using that to get over there, and once again just doing so much good damage. Going to find 2, and they're going to be able to pick up 2 kills and start forcing that push onto their way. About 72% is the max that they've gotten so far. But I've seen this before, so they kind of leave it a little bit, and Cumberland Polytech is able to get a couple of meters push on it because they leave 1 person on it.
So smart, yeah. If the whole other team opts to leave and play too aggressive away from the robot, they can be punished for it. But what an insane kill that was from Dr. Al Strange, just deleting that player from existence. Shortly thereafter, also getting deleted though.
Massive hack coming out, but great kills coming out of Cumberland Polytech. Is going to negate it a little bit. We see some damage coming out from the Ramatra. They're going to be able to find 1 kill. Currituck is going to find the other, actually make that 2. So really good job by NC Virtual Academy to follow up on the hack from the Sombra. It's going to allow them to push it a little bit past that 72 mark, so they'll get a little additional distance here, push on it, exactly what they are looking for, getting past that first mark. Now all they need to do is just kind of get to the second and try to find the end, but we do hear some ultimates coming out. Great kill by the Junker Queen is going to stop that push for a moment, gets into the face of the enemy team, and is going to pick up 2.
Ramatra swinging the fist now. Is unsuccessful though, gets taken down. That's a huge team kill on the side of Cumberland Polytech. When they needed it, they've got a lot of room to make up for it though. They've got to move this all the way to the other side. Virtual Academy was able to extend their position to about 85 meters. And time's running out here for Cumberland Polytech.
Genji trying to use that deflect, but as you said, there's only 15 seconds left on the clock. They have to move it past 84 meters in order to get up. Great deflection and dash to get the kill. Great job out of the Genji there. They have to find more, but again, they are running out of time.
Genji looking so strong. Got the shuriken out for the next victim. Gonna take to the high ground, wants to push these players back right away. I like this play here. This is gonna make it a little bit easier for his teammates to move, but doesn't want to fall all the way down. Huge clamber there. I think if he drops there, he was not able to apply the same level of pressure. But now, all of Virtual Academy are here. They just need one more team fight to win this game.
Picking up the health pack to stay topped off, but we do see the fall of the Junkrat with that ult, and that is a very inopportune time to die at that point. We do see multiple kills coming out of NC Virtual Academy. They just have to force them off, so the overtime will expire, and they pick up the win on map number 2 to tie it up 1-1.
We've got ourselves a series, Chris. We're going to a game 3. I love to see it. Virtual Academy with an impressive bounce back in that game, just not deterred by how handily they lost game 1, to be honest. I think they might have heard you when you said stop staggering out your deaths here, because they were now turning the tides and doing that to Cumberland Polytech. It was them instead, and this is the play of the game from the Ramatra. It seems like a bit more comfortable on that tank than he was on the Maga in game 1.
Exactly, and you know, when you're on those comfortable tanks, you're able to start making the plays for your team, so they're able to follow up on you. If you don't die, the rest of your team usually doesn't die, and that's exactly what you need to do here, and it helped them out to get them the win there. Of course, you didn't have to push it all the way, they just had to push it far enough, able to get that last team fight, as you said, to make the overtime expire, and end up taking map number 2.
Very impressive. I cannot wait to jump into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Game number 3 queued up. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Chambali Monastery gonna be the last arena for this series.
And we are back to pushing the payload. First we pushed the robot, now we're pushing the payload. Unlike the robot though, it is going to be one team pushing at a time. The furthest distance will win. If both teams do get it to the final checkpoint, then the remaining time will be used in additional overtime for both teams here. So we'll have to see how they opt to play this. We do have offensive and defensive, so we will most likely see some comps change depending on if they're attacking or defending. So we'll have to see what both teams decide to do here. But we saw a lot of success off of different heroes going into both maps, so we'll have to see if they decide to keep some of the same. I do like the Junker Queen. We were seeing a lot of kills off of that, so I'm glad they stayed on it. The Ramatra as well on the other side is staying as well, so both teams kind of sticking to their guns going forward.
It makes a lot of sense, right? Both players having a lot more success on these 2 tanks. Now, this is it. It's going to be so important to win this one. Every single series matters here in the VESL season. Neither team wanting to have their first loss. I think both these teams undefeated right now, so highly consequential game here.
Big game indeed, and what I want to see is those ults being utilized at the correct time. Don't die with them up, especially when you're in overtime. When the teams that have been able to find really synergistic ults have been the ones to win so far, so both of them seem to be kind of sticking to similar comps, as we do see Sombra still and Soldier 76 on NC Virtual Academy, as well as Junkrat and Ginchi on the side, Cumberland Polytech. They're coming out swinging here, but Cumberland, it will be the first to attack as they are pushing the payload.
I like to see the Ginchi stay as well. This player was starting to heat up towards the end of the last game. Can they have that same level of success right now? Taking close quarters against Ramatra. Not sure if I recommend that one. We're going to wisely back up here, get the heal from a teammate. Wants to take out Dr. Al Strange on the Sombra. That would be a smart thing to do, as that character has been dealing a ton of damage to them throughout the series.
And there it is though, NC Virtual Academy on that defense. It's going to get the first kills of the game. Of course, it is a little bit easier on that defense than offense though. Again, the Sombra though, doing a really good job so far throughout this series. Just, you know, good hacks and opportune times to shut down those abilities and allow the team to get the kills. They're going to go one-on-one with, actually it's going to be 2-on-1 against that Junkrat, as Saturn is going to help the Sombra pick up the kill on that DPS as they were trying to flank. So good job on them sniffing that out. Again, that kill does stop the push a little bit on the side of Cumberland Polytech. They need to regroup and find a way to get some kills so they can get that payload pushed.
Dr. Al Strange on, I think, a 6 or 7 kill streak now. This is exactly what you love to see on the side of Virtual Academy. Continually hacking his opponents, just denying their access to these abilities. That's a big deal when Cumberland Polytech has been so reliant on those abilities for their advantages. Another hack coming out as she takes the high ground. Finding this player kind of caught off guard, now taking them out of the equation. Junkrat's got to be a bit more careful there. You do not want to get caught out in the open and go down so easily.
need the DPS to stay alive, but I guess it's not going to matter when Junker Queen is going to pick up 2 kills, followed by the 3rd on the Currituck there. They can finally start getting that payload pushed, and again, the Junker Queen at the 91% on that ult is going to be the highest on their team, with the Baptiste with 93 right behind, actually picking up a little bit there. Currituck as well with that, so you'll have a lot of utility ults, and then of course the good gap closer by the Junker Queen, as well as if she can find someone within that rotation, might be able to pick up a kill. We see a lot of damage coming out here on to the Ramatra. See if they can find enough to get the kill. There it is, actually getting into the back line. Going to be able to pick up the first kill onto the Currituck. They're trying to follow up with the second. They are able to find multiple. Ramatra going to use that ult to try to stop the bleeding, but it's not going to matter as the Junker Queen was first.
No fear at all on this Junker Queen, like you said, just ulting straight to the back line. You love to see it. Looks like Sombra forced to teleport out to safety. Like to see that as well. No sense in going down after the rest of your team has gone down. Just wait for the cavalry to arrive. A little bit of an overextension here, I think, from Saturn. Soldier got to stay alive for the next engagement. That might hurt Virtual Academy in the next engagement.
Do you want to be careful? Don't want to die like that. Again, we talked about those staggered deaths against NC Virtual Academy. You want to be careful. You don't really have to push all the time. You just want to let your team get in, especially when you have all those ults. But we do have the Rising Dragon coming out of the Genji there. We can hear him using it. They are able to pick up 1. Junker Queen and Currituck going to pick up 2 and 3. But, oh wow, Genji almost falling to about single digits. Is going to stay alive. Great job on the healers there, keeping them up. They still have the Rip Tower and Baptiste ult online if they need to use those. So great job out of Cumberland Polytech to use those ults and get additional distance pushed on this payload.
Yeah, now that they also took the tank out of the equation, you got to think they want to move forward and try to slay out before Ramatra gets back into the mix. Looks like that is the play here from Apex. Genji player moving forward. It looks like right now, great deflection there. We see the tire is online for Junkrat. We'll have to see if that becomes part of the equation here.
Look at that, Junker Queen on fire, doing such a good job. Genji though, great job getting the shurikens out, using the split damage, but still getting enough so they can find the kill on the Ramatra there, forcing them back. Here they are into the final leg of this push. The end is in sight. All they need to do is get it pushed up there. Genji, great deflections, as you said, staying alive, then getting back and making sure that they can get healed. Tire still online. Baptiste ultimate is going to fall off there to assist them with their projectiles. Great deflection to push it back once again. What will they do? Looks like they're almost being able to push up. We need to see NC Virtual Academy contest here to make sure that they can't get the final pushes out. Getting hacked out, has to be careful, as we do see the Currituck assisting them as well. It looks like they are able to find 3 kills, so that should end the push so far.
You gotta feel like Junkrat needed to use the ultimate there. It is so tragic to die with that still online, unable to get any value out of it. And Virtual Academy, I mean, it's only a few meters from being completely pushed to the edge, but that can be the difference, right? If they switch to offense and are able to push it all the way to the end, that could be the difference here.
We do see the switch onto the Reinhardt. I like it, as they are able to use that shield to stop a lot of that damage from coming forward. But there it is. The Currituck ult is going to be coming out to assist. A lot of damage coming out. Can they find the kill? They do finally find a couple, but it's going to be answered from the side of NC Virtual Academy with 3 of their own. Rip Tire still online if they need to use it. Junker Queen at about 90%, but it looks like they may just be opting to save it, as 5 members of NC Virtual Academy are back up here.
Junkrat still has not used the tire. Needed to use it, I think, in that play. Give themselves a chance to finish off pushing this payload. Now the payload's moving back the other way, so Virtual Academy able to completely turn the tide here.
Still 2 minutes left. They are in a pretty good position. They still have 3 ults, but they have to use them. We do have the Dragon Blade online, as well as the Rip Tire, so 2 really great DPS ults if needed. They are able to get a couple kills without them, so this should be able to be a good time to start pushing up if they need to. Will they be able to find the one on the Currituck? They do, so they are going to stagger a couple of the deaths out here. They need to get on that point. Great pin, though, onto the Junker Queen, but she is so tanky that she's able to live through it at the moment. There it is, a couple of the more kills coming out. They should be able to push it up here and possibly finish the game if they can on this push. With about a minute left, it'd be really good position timing for them. There it is, the Rising Dragon coming out. They are able to pick up a couple kills with it. He's doing such a good job.
Wow.
Can they find a third before it expires? No, but it's going to be just enough to complete round number 1.
They waited for the last moment to pull the ultimates out, but they did it at the right time to seal it. And like you said, still a minute on that clock, so that could be a difference. It's a minute and 6 seconds to be exact. Can Virtual Academy respond? This is their last chance to win the series. They've got to have more success as we take a look at some of the statues on the Shambhala Monastery here. Tell us about these statues here, Chris.
All right, we are seeing the monks here. Of course, they are the robotic. There was a lot of tension between robots and humans going out, and but now we're seeing some of the more peaceful ones here. Unless you are getting hit by the Zenyatta, those balls do hurt when you get slapped by them a couple of times. So we'll have to see what any changes. We actually see the Genji swapping to the Mei here, which is, I think, a better defensive choice in my opinion there, even though they had such success with the Dragon Blade in the final moments, having that Mei who's able to keep herself alive as well as use the freezing ground from that ultimate to kind of stop the push, as well as that ice wall might be the difference maker. But we'll have to see how NC Virtual Academy does come out on offense, as I don't see too many changes.
Looking like a very similar composition on both sides. Like you said, the Mei coming out though on the side of Cumberland, but overall pretty same teams here. Want to see Dr. Al Strange have as strong of an opening as we saw in that last round. It felt like he was one of the players to watch out for. So much DPS. Looks like the Ramatra going in, does not care about the ice wall, but kind of failing to do a ton of damage so far.
Yes, and again, no Apex able to get that first kill on the Mei shows that it was a good swap over, but they're jumping in their face. They are going to finally get taken down there, as they probably didn't have the heal available at the time, as well as Hack most likely stopped those abilities from coming out. So a good start to the push actually coming outside of NC Virtual Academy so far, as none of their members have fallen. They were able to pick up a second Saturn, and once again so good on these hit scan characters, doing such a good job helping his team pick up the kills. Will they find a second and third? They are. So Junker Queen gonna fall, and they're actually doing such a good job of pushing the payload so far.
Been very impressed with their management of the payload, and this is a lot of early success. Like you said, they are not being slowed down much at all, which means they have a good chance to get this thing all the way to the end, maybe with more time left on the clock to take the W that way. They got to win a couple more team fights though. Looks like Saturn gonna swing around the outside here. I like this. Seems to be his MO as a player. Wants to take these more safer routes. You got to, as a DPS player, got to stay alive on the map. Use your teammates to your advantage. Knows that his teammates are going to cover for him, and I like that game plan.
All right, Life Weaver doing a good job keeping the Junker Queen topped up, but has to be careful themselves since they're taking a lot of damage. 89% on that ult, 99 on the Baptiste as well. So Baptiste's have that ult, but it is more of a utility ult, so it's not going to help them stay alive at the moment. Although we do have a lot coming out from both sides, as we do have the Visor online as well as the Hack from Sombra also. So both of the DPS having theirs at their disposal if need be, but right now looks like they might just save them, as a couple of the members have fallen. 4 on the side of NC Virtual Academy were taken down, so the first big stop coming out of Cumberland Polytech.
Also see the Junker Queen's ult online, as is the Mei. Let's see if they can maybe combine these in an offensive fashion as Virtual Academy approach back, trying to get back to the payload. I like this. Mei taking the front line, goes into the Icicle.
They do have the Blizzard. They are going to opt to use it to probably stop them a little bit there. They are actually going to capture forward with that Blizzard. Going to start getting some of those headshots out. Junker Queen also following up with some ults of their own, but it's not going to matter as Saturn's picking up a couple. Can they find a couple more kills onto the DPS of the side of NC Virtual Academy? Great Blizzard from Mei is going to stop a second push coming out of NC Virtual Academy, despite them losing Junkrat very early on.
Such an impressive team fight. Cumberland stopping it so short. Payload not even moving an inch, and it's Virtual Academy have another chance here. They've got to push up. This has got to be a good push.
There it is, the Baptiste ultimate coming out to help the team, and it is doing so much work. As Ramatra is shooting straight through it, doing so much damage, as well as Saturn on the Soldier 76, just loving it at the moment. There it is, they are pushing forward. Ramatra ult going to come out and land at least one kill. Can they find a second here? They're doing so much damage. Number 2 coming out. That is going to be 2 down on the side of Cumberland Polytech. They're trying to get back, but there's not enough time, as the ultimates were used so well from the side of NC Virtual Academy.
And the deaths were staggered like we talked about. So important to do that to your opponent. I like this. The Sombra pushing up, hacking a few things along the way. Wants to get in front of the payload so that when Cumberland Polytech arrive, can do a little bit of damage. Needs to be careful though. Does not want to die early here. Needs to be ready to backtrack if necessary.
All right. Throwing up there. We do see the Maywall, of course, stopping some of those projectiles, trying to slow them down just a little bit, but no, they're going to be able to take that down pretty quickly. Jumping onto the Junker Queen here, trying to get some of the damage out, punching their way through. Will they be able to get a kill there? May so low, but oh, there it is. Finally, the Riptire coming out. Can they find anything with it? We hear it going. Actually, it sounds like it was destroyed, or maybe they're just waiting a little bit before they get it out there. Actually, he's going to be jumped on. The Riptire not going to do anything, so finally when it was used, it was not utilized correctly, and they might be, wow, massive hack coming out of the Sombra. They will die, but not before they are able to find a kill onto the Life Weaver. A back and forth team fight from both teams so far. Looks like it might be in the advantage of NC Virtual Academy, as they are able to get a second one on there. The Jungle Queen going in. Will they be able to find a kill onto it? Yes, they will. Back and forth team fight. When will it end? Who will have the advantage? It looks like it might be coming out to Cumberland, but it hasn't ended just yet, as both teams are going full force, trying to do their best to get the advantage, but it's not going to matter, as Junker Queen is just too much to handle.
The isolation of the Currituck there was so smart. Just get the healer out of the equation now, and have a little bit of easier time facing the Ramatra. The front line just pushing them back over and over again, trying to do everything they can to win this game. Finally, Ramatra taken down. That's massive. Going to also take down the Immortality Field. Now they can comfortably move forward. So much aggression from the tanks. You love to see it.
Both teams going back, and this team fight is extending once again. They were able to get the kill onto the Cumberland's Life Weaver, so it looks like the Junker Queen is going to be smart enough to move back, knowing as there may not be as much healing coming out at the moment. The hack coming out onto the May is not going to be enough to get the kill. Blizzard is online if need to use it. It looks like they're going to opt to keep it right now. About 30 seconds left on this push. Will they be able to find it? We do hear the visor coming out, so there's a lot of damage coming out. They are going to be able to find a couple kills. The Blizzard may not be enough. Will they be able to find anything off of it? Too little, too late. As great job by Saturn picking up those kills, allowed the team to keep pushing forward.
This is insane. They're still moving it, so technically they could win this if they continue to escort this all the way to the finish line. They can't stay away from it, though. They've got to make sure they stay close enough to it and win this next fight at the same time. It's possible, but a very difficult situation. The clock has now been extended as well.
There it is, Riptire coming out. Can they find any kills? Massive 3 kill from the Riptire is going to stop the push right as it gets to that point. Luckily, they were able to get that time added onto it, but massive play coming out of the Junkrat.
Wow, what an ultimate. That was the maximum value for that situation. 3 kills, 1 ultimate is huge. Life Weaver just making sure everybody is ready for the next fight here. Now, this is the fight of the game. This should decide it, Chris.
Looks like they're trying to push in. They have to keep pushing it here to try to get to that point. They do have to get it complete, as Cumberland was able to complete their first round. They are getting the kills that they need here. They are able to find the one onto May, onto Baptiste, but we see the Junker Queen going in, but will they be able to follow it up? They are able to get the kill onto it, so great job by them. Able to find multiple kills for their team, despite a couple of them falling at the very beginning.
Insane value out of the Junker Queen. 5-player kill streak. Took the Soldier out of the fight immediately as well. Now here he is returning to action, trying to just create some type of opening, but without the tank here yet, they can't comfortably advance forward. They're going to advance forward anyways, feeling the pressure of the clock.
Massive Baptiste ult to allow them to get that extra damage boost coming out. They're able to find 3 kills onto the side of Cumberland. This might be enough for what they need, but Will they be able to find 4? They will. Number 5, not quite a team kill, but they were able to get 5 pushed down overtime right now. They have to be really careful. They can't afford to die, as if that overtime expires, they're going to lose. The visor is going to come out, trying to force them back. They are able to pick up a kill. They might be able to do this. This is the perfect start for them at this time. They are able to get the 1 kill and force them back, but they have to stay onto that payload. Overtime is so crucial. You can't let it count down. They have to be really careful. They're kind of backing off now.
There's only one on it.
The overtime timer.
Is that because they backed too far away?
They backed too far away. They didn't have anyone on the point to keep it active.
Oh, no. You hate to see it, but that's so hard to keep track of, right? I mean, there's so much action on the screen. You don't want to exit too far. This was the play of the game, of course. The 3-kill rip tire, such a perfect placement there. Kind of opened the door, but these teams were going back and forth at the end of this game. I mean, could these teams have been matched any closer? That was incredible.
It was a great game. Both of them finding success in their team fights, using those ults to their maximum, ability there, and synergistically as well. Great blizzards coming out, great rip tires, but also, great job from the side of the Marmatra on NC Virtual Academy. But Cumberland Polytech just had the better game plan, knowing that they had to push the payload. They stayed on it and were able to get it completed. And unfortunately, you hate to see overtime being lost like that when you don't get team wiped, but that's something you have to keep accountability for, and that's something that then maybe they can learn going forward.
You're exactly right. That's exactly what I thought. It's a tough lesson to learn, a tough way to learn the lesson, but an important one nonetheless. But let's take a look at how all the other teams are matching up on the leaderboard here. We've got a ton of teams over in the CMS region. We're going to take a look at Sandhills, though. Looks like Durham School of the Arts. That was the team with Swag Boy we watched earlier. Of course, they're 3-0, have yet to drop a map. Does that surprise you? It doesn't surprise me. But looking down the list, NC Virtual Academy looks like it shows them undefeated, but they did lose that one. So I want to say that will be corrected. Because that should be flip-flopped there. But, man, a lot of impressive teams on the board here.
It's looking very close for that first 8. That's all those teams are within striking distance of each other. We do have a lot that are 3-0 though, so we'll have to see how they start matching up each other as we go forward in the season. Again, we are at that halfway mark. A lot of teams are finally putting their footprint on who the league leaders are for the side of Sandhills. We're going to move over to number 2 here, as we do have a lot of teams for these. So we see them going over CMS, having Sun Valley in that 21 ranked number there. So they have quite a few teams on the opposite end. We had a lot of the college football. They have a lot of the Overwatch. So you'd love to see the spread of teams throughout the leagues here. But again, we saw some really good plays coming out of both of the teams we were watching. Really great play, of course, out of Swag Boy from Durham School of the Arts. So we're kind of seeing who is really taking control of Overwatch as we progress through the season. And I got to say, these games were great today.
They were great indeed. It's going to be super exciting to see how these teams match up. Can anybody beat Durham School of the Arts? That's what I'm asking. The rest of you guys, that's the team to beat so far that we have seen. They have won in the most dominating fashion that we've seen. I mean, their tank player went on a 40-kill streak. You don't see that very often. We got to shout it out. So let's, I guess, just say thanks to all the players who have been showing up week after week. We certainly appreciate it. We're getting into week 4 next as well. The next stream is going to be the Smash stream, where Chris and I are going to react to some of the best Smash matches of the week. So definitely don't miss that. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.